Alright, hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are jumping back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Syria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. Welcome. That Yeet on Deimos was so nice. Oh, that pug, yes. Memories. Memories. Let's see. I am not, wait, what is this? Hang on a second. I'm not looking at streams often. Does he hate Guardian? It's a meme. It's a meme. For, like, most of the years that I played this game, Guardian was, like, unashamedly broken, you know? Like, it was the only healer that really provided, like, stability. It has lots of it. It could do 10-man stability with stand your ground. It could do quickness. It was one of the only people that could do that. It also had block projectiles, reflect projectiles, resistance, tons of healing. Like, if you were a Tempest healer or a Druid healer or a Scrapper healer, you couldn't get groups. You couldn't, because Guardians existed. You know, it was bonkers how far ahead of everybody else they were. And it's less of an issue now, not because they ever nerfed them, but because, like, Tempest now has access to a stability, Druid now has access to a stability. Like, they've spread the love a little bit after, you know, Guardians were just God mode for like 6 years or something. So that's where all the joking about hating Guardians comes from. It's literally not hating the players, it's hating the game. But yeah, they busted. They busted. Let's see. Drops. Yes, on the Twitch side. Yeah, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. On the Twitch side, they are doing drops until the end of day, Sunday night. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Speaking of, I think we already did our daily stuff of the day. I'm gonna check it out though. Let's go to Lion's Arch for a second. Now Chrono's God mode. Chrono is quite good for sure. I would say Chrono's weakest thing is they are not great at making someone who is downstate snap back up. So, like, if they've got a group that, like, half of them get, you know, wrecked by something and they all go into downstate, Chrono's not very good at cleaning that situation up. But if you've got a group that's not going downstate in the first place, Chrono is, like, God tier, for sure. Very, very good. Mug, good morning. What is the best feature from this patch? The best feature. The Fractal was really fun. I did the Fractal last night. I'm going to do it more today. The Legendary Backpack is good. Yeah, a lot of people are working on that. The Wizard Tome and the Gobbler, the Wizard Tome that replaces all your tomes and the Gobbler that replaces all your Gobblers are both nice quality of life things, for sure. There is a new chunk of story. I would say it's like 6 or 7 out of 10, in my opinion. I think it was okay. It had one really cool moment, but the rest of it was kind of eh. That is of course just my opinion. But yeah, the features, the QOL stuff, probably my favorite thing so far. Did you complete the Tome of Tomes last night? I did, yes. So I've got it right here. And I can use it to teleport to all of these different places. It's going to take a while to get used to where all of these go, for sure. Yeah. They make you really work for the Wizard Tome, though, and not super fun chores. Well, I mean, it's a super late game thing. Like, it is literally the kind of thing that a new player... Like, if a new player worked on getting the Wizard Tome, it's going to be empty. Because they're not going to have any of the portal tomes that go inside it, right? So it's something just for, like, a late game player to work on. They made a full book for everything. Yeah, the Wizard Tome thing can hold all of these inside of it. These are, if you have any of these, they go inside the Wizard Tome. So this Living World Season 3 stuff, Season 4 stuff, Exalted Portal to Tarir, Spear Marshal's Plea, Hall of Monuments, the Baby Book from Chuka and Champawat, the Mist Vault Access Key. That one's broken right now. Invitation to the Party, etc. Is PvP or Mistlock Portal in there? Okay, so VIP passes that you spend gems on are not in here. And I think that's because they didn't want people to feel like they were pressured to go to the gem store or something. Hey Muck, me and my friends are experiencing super long loading screens when we TP on a waypoint on the same map that we are since the update. Know something going on. I noticed that yesterday on the new map. I don't know that that's happening everywhere. Hang on a second. So let me go to Lion's Arch. I'm gonna do a little test here. Give me a second. Because yesterday when we were in the new meta, and we would like die and use the waypoint, it would take a long time to load. And I don't really know why that was happening, but I've kind of seen that too. All right, so we're here. Waypoint. Okay, that just took like a second. That's not bad at all. Let's do that one. Yeah, see, this is weird. It shouldn't take this long. Like, I just ported across Lion's Arch. So, yeah, I agree with you. That looks pretty weird. That looks pretty weird. So, I agree. I came across a French GW2 streamer who was 25 hours into a 30-hour live stream and was selling his bathwater. Played the cello and did singular. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hello.
Wait, cello frag? Dude, I know him. You're saying he's selling bathwater? Please tell me that's a joke. Did give away every 5 minutes. An interesting guy to end the night before I go to sleep. Yeah, cello frag has been in the community for years, and his character is like always rich. Back when I was celebrating having been live every day for like 2 years without missing a day, he actually sent me an infusion as a gift, and it was worth a lot of in-game gold, but I kept it just kind of for sentimental value. Hold on, let me see if I still have it on this character. Is that it? Yeah, this one that makes me fart lightning. So this is worth a lot of gold, but he sent it to me as a gift, so I kept it for just like sentimental value. But yeah, he's a nice guy. He does a lot of giveaways. He plays the cello. He really likes playing Ellie. I don't know anything about the bathwater thing. He's supposedly a doctor now. He said he finished med school. I don't know if that's real or not. But he's a weird but nice guy. Let's see. Just did the meta, so weird. They put the boss fight in the middle, and then there is insane damage sponge at the end where nothing happens. I think they should have put the not Gorsival at the end. I will say the Gorsival getting thrown in there, like, it was a fun little fight. It's really weird, though, that he's just like, plop, here's another Gorsival, and then you killed him, and then that's it, you know? Like, I need more lore on how that thing got there. Also, yeah, at the end, you know, it ends when you defeat, like, the heart things and stuff. Like, I don't think they need to move Gorsival to the end, because Gorsival felt like it had nothing to do with the meta. But I do think they need to have a tougher creature at the end, whatever it is. I'll tell him you said hello. Sure. Good morning. Hey, Madigon. What's the name of that infusion? Chalk infusion? Chalk infusion, yeah. Which, I don't know the value now. Back when I got it, it was, I think, a couple thousand. There might not be any on the TP. Is there none on the TP right now? Alright, let me try just searching the word shock. Yeah, I guess there's none on the TP. Back when he gave it to me, it was worth a few thousand gold. But again, I kept it just for, like, sentimental value. And I've had it ever since. It does not even end at the heart, because yesterday the heart lane actually finished for the others. Yeah, it ends when all three things had been defeated. I have a whale in my homestead now. Don't tell them you called them yet. I've wanted Chalk Infusion for years. Let's see. Let's see. Permanent bank access? No. Merchant. Another cool thing they did is they made this thing infinitely openable, so I just have a merchant available as much as I want. It used to have like a 5-minute cooldown. Wait, when did I get this? Relic of the Living City. Complete each trigger once to gain a stack of Titanic potential. Use a heal skill, use an elite, finish a combo, disable an enemy, evade an attack. At 5 stacks, gain Soul of the Titan, providing increased attributes and all boons for its duration. Plus 15% to all stats. Gain all boons for 5 seconds. Combat only. Okay, the most concerning thing about this is I don't see a cooldown on it. I do not see a cooldown on it. Also, kind of makes me think of Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, okay, it is. It's at the top right. It's at the top right. 30-second ICD. So, when you get it, it's 5 seconds of 15% to all stats, 5 seconds of gain all boons, and then 25 more seconds to cooldown. Dude, those are awesome buffs, but 5 seconds. I don't know if 5 seconds is enough. Like, I would say evading an attack, disabling an enemy, finish a combo field, you know, like, that's all stuff I could do in a couple seconds. However, wasting my heal and wasting my ults, probably not worth those. I say, why does it make you think of the Forbidden Way? Yeah. Chat infusion? Chat infusion instead of chat infusion? What would a chat infusion look like? Probably just a bunch of, like, lulls and kick W's floating around me. Okay. Alright. Projects. Things we're gonna work on, chat. He also gave you a shout out in chat. Yeah, like I said, he's a nice guy. We've actually done, 3 sort of collab videos together. There was a few videos we did where... Hold on. I gotta find him. Was it Moot? Okay, so there was a video we did where I pretended to be him hosting a giveaway. It was a real giveaway, but I was pretending to be him. And then there was another video we did where I got him to pretend to be me. So this is the one where I was pretending to be him.
To my legendary Moot giveaway, where I give to Guild Wars 2 players the Moot. During my recent stream celebrating 2 years of being live daily, Cello Frag gave us many gifts including the Moot and said to use it for a YouTube...
Yeah, so this was when I was pretending to be him with his permission. And then... Then there was another one we did where he pretended to be me.
Hey there everyone, Mukluk Douglas Bartolome Regalis Quartz the Force here, and this is a guide on how to win the Juggernaut legendary hammer. Recently, the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist Cello Frag gave us a legendary Moot to use for YouTube giveaway and told us if we reached 1000 likes on the video, he would give us a secondary legendary to give away. True to his word, he has. A man of honesty and integrity, and true to his word, Cello Frag has sent us.
The Juggernaut!
This weapon was made by Cello. This item was forged by the finest blacksmith to ever grace the world with his presence. Molded in the heat of a dying star, and tasted by Gordon Ramsay himself. And by God, he cleaned his plate and thanked me for it.
Yeah, anyway, I'll throw links to this in the chat if you want to watch the whole thing. But yeah, we've done some back and forth. It's been quite a while since I've had like a long conversation with him. But yeah, he's alright. He is alright. Alright, so today we are going to record a few guides here. So, first up, this one should be pretty quick. The Gobbler's Guide. Unlock gobblers and exchanges from different modes of acquisition. So the new gobbler thing was primarily just from going over here. I think I just buy it? I'm pretty sure all I had to do was run over here and spend 100 gold on it. Muck, how's the new fractal? It's fun and it's not too difficult. I think it will be a good addition to the pool of fractals, and people are not going to like skip it or anything. Yeah, so you just buy it for 100 gold, yep. Okay, so, yeah, go over here, you talk to this guy. Wait, what is this? Yeah, so Wizard's Gobbler. So you go over here, you buy this, I think it's 100 gold the first time. And then all your old gobblers here should appear in there. 100 gold is quite a lot. Well, yeah, it's a super, like, here's the thing. If you don't already have gobblers, which are kind of a late game thing, then it's not going to do anything. It's a very late game quality of life thing. The Star of Gratitude is bugged to rebuy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's doing that because I've already used it today. Let's see. No, I haven't used it today. That's it right there. Is that? Yeah, I'm not sure what else is going on there. Do you have Karmic Gobbler? I do not have that one. Probably should. I got a ton of karma. But no, I never bothered getting that one. Okay. Okay, so this one shouldn't be too bad. Let me open up Word here. Open up one of my previous scripts. Let's see, file, save as. Yeah, I could probably just wing this one, honestly. No. I'm not gonna do that. The last time I just winged a guide and just tried to add a lib it, there was so many that we had to edit out because I didn't plan out my words. Not gonna do that. Okay, so let's see. Make a new script. File save. What is this thing? Wizards Gobbler. And then save in the script folder. There we go. Yeah, plenty is good. Okay, so this is basically the script from the last thing. Hey gamers, so this is a guide to getting the Wizards Gobbler converter item in Guild Wars 2. Okay, so then we're going to take all the main body of text here and just delete all that. And that's the ending there. Okay, so this is a super quick process, but I felt it was worth a video for those who don't know about it. Within Guild Wars 2 are items called converters, or also known as gobblers, because they often have that word in the name. These items will eat, stacks of unwanted items, such as bloodstone, dust, dragonite, or imperial fragments, unbound magic, and others, and then spit out a bag of random loot. The random loot can be gray items or be much more expensive things if you are lucky. Okay, so, if you... Okay. Now, there are many converters in the game. Gray. Notice how there's not a red underline? That's an acceptable spelling. That's an actually interesting thing that we've talked about before. Gray, it's G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y are both acceptable, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, gray or gray. Let's see. What does it say? The words gray and gray are both correct spellings for the color between white and black. Gray is preferred in American English, while gray is preferred in British English and other parts of the world. Both spellings are pronounced the same. Both valid spellings. I'm kidding, don't worry. No, you're not. Friggin' tea drinker. So gray is the correct one. Yeah, just like how you say bottle of water. That's also right. Who is that? Oris, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Now there are many converters in game, and if you have a lot of them, they may take up a lot of your bag space. And that is when we come to the new Wizard's Gobbler. Which is simply an item that offers you access to every gobbler that you have unlocked, plus a few other, plus a few various merchant windows as well. Wait, no, plus a few NPC, what is it called? Hang on a second. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. All right, so first there's the gobblers. Then there's the late energy matter converter. Then there's different things from around the world. Raids. This is the raid merchants. The Worldview World Provisioner. Okay. Alright. Which is something that offers you access to every goblet you have unlocked with a single inventory slot. Note, if you do not have any converters at all yet, this would serve no purpose for you until you get some. Now to the simple part. So actually, this is simply a late game quality of life feature to conserve bag space once you have a few of these. Now for the simple part. If you want this item, go to Hooligan's Route in Lion's Arch. Look for a char over on the, let's see, a char name. We'll show his location rather than describe it. Char name was a Gar Ludclaw. Gar Ludclaw. He will sell you the Wizard's Gobbler for 100 gold. You will also see, you should also see all of the converters that you have unlocked in his shop window. This is simply to give you a way to re-buy them if you had them in the past and destroyed them for some reason. Once you have the Wizard's Gobbler, if you open it, you should be able to see features, windows, converter options for every one you have unlocked. Then you can place your old converters in storage, or in theory delete them, but I was too chicken to do so. Let's see, additionally, if you put this item in a shared inventory slot, it can be accessed from every character on your account. Can you even get back Spear Marshal's plea? It's in here, so should be able to, yeah. Yeah, it's in there. Second I got the Gobbler, I delete all the ones I had and want my bank space back. Yeah, I mean, you can. If you put it in insurance, give you access to remember here on your account. Anything else to add here? 100 gold seems a bit steep, but a reminder that this feature is for people in the late game. If you don't have a single converter yet, then don't worry about this, as it would not do anything. Additionally, if you are interested in getting converters to gobble up all of that bloodstone dust and other random stuff filling your bags, I do already have a guide for that I will link in the description down below. And I think that's it. And then the outro. Happy converting. Let's see. You already said that you don't, if you don't need it. Yeah. But yes, I'm saying it twice. Because you know there's going to be people in the comment section complaining, 100 goals? Are we not think we're made of money? Yeah, like, you know. Like, so I'm trying to get ahead of that a little bit. Alright, yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So, next up. Why complain? Because humans. And I mean the real world ones, not the ones in Guild Wars. Okay, let's see. So I would love to stand near this guy, but there's too many freaking people in here. So maybe we just record outside. Not letting you get those 100 gold with the Wizards bucks nowadays. I agree with you, Gwen. I've got so many guides on easy ways to make gold in this game, but there's always some, There's always some. My buddy does raid CMs every week and still complained about 4K over 100 golds. I mean, Scrooge McDuck complains about giving out 1 gold, so, this depends. Alright. Let me check something here. Give me just a second. Before I start recording, let's see, we got 29. Okay, yeah, I can do this now. Alright. So, real quick here. So chat, here's what's about to happen. I'm about to go into YouTube mode. I am going to record a chunk of stuff here that is for Noxxi, our wonderful editor, who's going to take all the pieces of this and put it together in a nice looking video. Okay? So, first of all, we are going to go to this screen. And we're going to go to this. Oh, I need to pause the alerts in case there's any text-to-speech that comes in. All right. So do that. All right. Hello, future Noxxi. Mukluk here. Obviously, this is a video for the Wizards Gobbler item that was added to Guild Wars 2. This is going to be just a short little video about it for the noobs. Couple things. I am recording this on Wednesday, June 4th. On Tuesday, June 3rd, yesterday, I did the 14-hour stream. Just a couple hours into it, there are markers in the Twitch VOD. I went to the guy to get the Wizard's Gobbler. That's where the footage is. It is marked, and it's in the early part of the 14-hour stream on Tuesday, June 3rd, so you know where that footage is. Okay, so, quickly just to get you the usual, /wave, /talk. Okay, and just talking for the live audience right now, so now we just let this go for like 15 seconds or so, just so we have footage of the talking animation. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then we get like a different camera angle. Okay, and wait another 10 plus seconds. How the sausage is made, that's right. That is right. 2 and 1. And one more from another side. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, I'll keep going because that char is walking by just until he's gone, just so we can lip it. Okay. All right. So that should be plenty for the talking animation. So, boop, I'm back. And now I just need to read the script. So, all right. Hey gamers, Mukluk Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire IV here, and this is a guide to getting the Wizard's Gobbler Converter item in Guild Wars 2. This is a super quick process, but I felt it was worth a video for those who don't know about it. Within Guild Wars 2 are items called converters, also known as gobblers, because they often have that word in the name. Alright, real quick here. So here's an example of that, if you just want to zoom in on that when I mention that. Okay. These items will eat unwanted... Redo. These items will eat sacks of unwanted items such as bloodstone dust, dragonite ore, imperial fragments, unbound magic, and others, and then spit out bags of random loot. The random loot can be great items or be much more expensive things if you are lucky. Now, there are many converters in the game, and if you have a lot of them, they may take up a lot of your bag space. And that is when we come to the new Wizard's Gobbler, which is simply an item that offers you access to every gobbler that you have unlocked with a single inventory slot. Just thought of a good visual aid here. Hang on just a second. Alright, so let's do... Hang on. We're going to move the candy corn one because it's not related. All right. This. All right, so here's a bunch of these. All right. So here's just like this right here, Noxxi. Use this as an image and draw arrows of like all of these going down into that. Like they're all being fed into that one. Okay, so that's a good visual aid for that bit. Okay. Where were we? All right. Note, if you do not have any converters at all yet, this would serve no purpose for you until you get some. This is simply a late game quality of life feature to conserve bag space once you have a few of these. Now, for the simple part. If you want this item, go to Hooligan's Route in Lion's Arch. Look for a char named Gar Leadclaw. He will sell you the Wizard's Gobbler for 100 gold. You should also see all of the converters that you have unlocked in his shop window. This is simply to give you a way to rebuy them if you had them in the past and destroyed them for some reason. Once you have the Wizard's Gobbler, if you open it, you should be able to see converter options for every one you have unlocked. Then, you can place your old converters in storage, or in theory delete them, but I was too chicken to do so. Additionally, if you put this item in a shared inventory slot, it can be accessed from every character on your account. 100 gold seems a bit steep, but once again, this feature is for people in the late game. If you don't have a single converter yet, then don't worry about this, as it would not do anything. Additionally, if you're interested in getting converters to gobble up all of that bloodstone dust and other random stuff filling your bags, I do already have a guide for that I will link in the description down below. Noxxi, if you would please show the thumbnail of it on the screen. That's the converter's guide, !convert in my chat if you need to find it. And that's all there is to it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions or know any tips and tricks that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube who keep the channel alive, and if you are interested in becoming one and getting more videos and perks, there's a link in the description. Shilling complete, thanks for listening, happy shiny converting. Noxxi, do not include the freaking chirp. Seth, muck you. See, I paused the TTS noises, chat. I didn't pause the patron noises. So Seth just came in and did that. All right. Anyway. So yeah, funny. That's you could do an outtake. Yeah, that'd be good. Noxxi, do like an outtake thing at the end. Like do the credits for like, or do my outro thing, my usual outro thing for like 2 seconds, and then do like an outtake and then like a blooper reel type thing. That'd be funny. Okay, so that's it for this one. I think that's everything you need, Nox. And as always, if there's anything I missed and you need footage of it, let me know. I don't know if I ever Showed it right here. Here's Waypoint, and there's Gar. Again, I showed how to get him with a marker around that same portion of the big VOD from Tuesday. Okay, thanks, Tonks. Okay, so that's it. It's recorded. So now I need to go to the Naxxi. Let's see, where is it? There it is. It's a Noxxi and I have a Google Drive that we use to get these videos back and forth. All right, so let's see, Wizards Gobbler, and right-click New, Wizards Gobbler Guide, and open this up, and drop this here. Okay, so there's the video, and then video scripts, Wizards Gobbler. Okay, I misspelled that one. Oh well, it's fine. All right, so the video is currently uploading. All right, if you get new gobblers after, can they be added? They better. Otherwise that would be kind of silly. Imagine if you had to get every gobbler in the game, then buy the Wizards one. Why can't I get the Bloodstone Ascender on iOS? I have no idea. Streamer, are other players able to farm that new node that gives free money? I haven't tested that. I don't know. And currently, it's already been harvested in my home, so I can't test that right now. Plus chip. Sure, there you go. Okay. Let's see. All right, go to next item in queue. Okay. All right. And another one down. All right. So, Gobbler of Gobblers done. Tome of Portals done. Next is new Fractal and Leggy Backpack. Now the new Fractal. I did it yesterday. I should probably get more footage of doing it some more times. Probably get more footage of that. Let's see. How I want to do this. Mislock. How's the new add-on? I assume you mean the new patch? Reddit's not impressed so far. Haven't had the chance to play. Reddit's never impressed. Because the thing is, the people that are enjoying it are just playing the game. The people that hate it are tabbing out of the game and going to Reddit. That is always the case. Like, Reddit is always going to give you a negative opinion. I will say, I think it's good. I do not think it's great, amazing, or stellar. You know? I think it's good. I think it's good. Could the patch have been better? Yes, and most of my critiques come from how they told the story. I think the storytelling could have been better. But as far as, like, you know, the stuff that we got in this patch, like, I enjoyed the new Fractal. The new quality of life features are incredibly good. The new Convergence is probably too easy. I think Ura's easier than Greer. I was supposed to say Deer. Deer and Gessima. Greer or Decima, I think Ura's the easiest one, so I think they... Ura has more mechanics than Raid, and they removed them before Convergence. So now on the Convergence, she just kind of just is like just a sponge. So I think they need to give her some abilities. And then the story was all right. The story had one, like, whoa, insane moment, but then everything else was kind of like, eh. I think they could have done better with how they chose to tell the story. Let's see. Hey, Monk, been a while since I left a comment. Would you kindly tell my sister how crooked is pronounced? Okay, well, now I'm really aware of it. Crooked? I mean, I'm not Google. You're talking to the guy that says Trebucket. Hold on.
We are looking at how to pronounce many get wrong in English. Stay tuned to the channel, loads to learn here.
What? Just say it.
No, it's not crooked. Otherwise, I guess you wouldn't be here. It's an exception. Crooked. Crooked is...
There you go. Alright, the suave guy on the internet says crooked. Alright. Well, I know it's archipelago. I say archipelago. because it's funny sometimes. Just like I say, escargot, champagne, trabucket. Yeah. Was there any hints to the next X pack at the end of this X pack? No, I don't think so. They kind of tied it off with a bow. Champagne, yeah. Let's see. Did they ever explain what the Cryptus were doing in Janther? I think it's more that when the Cryptus were invading Tyria, that they were just kind of attacking all over the place, which included Janther. Like, there was just portals everywhere. What are the odds that we get double drops again? Does anybody want double drops, though? Because it's like a glider skin and a pet rock. Like, getting 2 of that doesn't do anything. The last time we got double drops, it was a bag slot, and that was huge. Inner mayonnaise? That's just me disrespecting Naos, because I hate Naos. Let's see. Oh, I need to put the converters back into my bank. The rock needs a friend? The rock needs a friend. Alright, there we go. Soto felt much more rushed, but this did feel like a smaller story, but better pacing for it. Yeah. Like, if you thought Soto was a 7 out of 10, I would say this was probably an 8 out of 10. Like, or whatever you ranked it. I think the best thing about Soto was the features. Expanded weapon proficiencies, the Weapon Master specialization, the new way of getting the sky scale, stuff like that. Start by saying Guten Tag. Now, I say, if I read that in English, it'd probably be like Guten Tag. But I know just enough German that I know it's like, you know, Guten Tag. But yeah, the English pronunciation for like those letters in that order would be like Guten Tag. Maybe Guten Tag, but tag would definitely be the second word. Let's see. I watched Muck all day yesterday, and all I got was this rock. Yeah. I don't get used to the 3 months pause in between story chapters. I always forget what was happening. Yeah, that happens. That does happen. Let's see. Hazard says, I'm thinking of getting Black Myth Wukong after your review. Now, should I buy now or maybe wait for the summer sale? Ooh, I don't know. Because, like, there's one... if you've got the money to buy any game, and if you don't buy it, you're just going to be sitting there bored out of your mind for a month, I would just buy it. But if you've got something else to entertain you and keep you occupied while you wait on the possibility of a sale, then sure, you could be patient. It just depends on, do you have some other activity that you're happy doing for that amount of time, would be how I would look at it. I'm glad you enjoyed the review video, though. That was a great game. I really enjoyed Black Myth Wukong. If you like Souls-like games, I also really enjoyed First Berserker Kazan recently. That was an incredible game as well. At Muck, I think Guildman06 wants tips on starting Guild Wars 2 German YouTube content. Tell them. Okay, if you're thinking of starting doing content creation, I just put a link in chat for all the guides I've made for content creators. And if you're interested in this subject, this right here is gold. Every tip and trick I abused to go from 3 viewers to 300 is in this video. There's also other stuff I've got in here that is useful, but that top one is the like, if you're only gonna watch one of them, this top one is it. Yeah. So as far as like setting it up for German, I can't really speak on that. I don't really know much about that. But as far as just content creation, I can tell you about content creation. I like the atmosphere of Lowland Shore, reminding me of Queensdale. I want to start to play Yours too. Best part of the expansion. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say nice things about that. Let's see. All right, chat. I am on EU. I am currently on my Ranger. I'm gonna make a group, and would anyone be interested on EU in doing the new Fractal? It's Fractal 95. It requires 141 agony resist. It is not very difficult. I did it yesterday, but I'd like to do it again to get more information for a guide. All right. I got one person. Got room for 3 more. And I put my in-game name in the Twitch and YouTube chats if you'd like to message me if you're interested. Do you know when they will be adding back the missing VO? I thought it was going to be this patch. It depends on when they stop striking. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like I'm not trying to be mean to the voice actors. I'm just saying that as a fact and giving you a blunt answer. I don't know what, like, the Anise voice actor, she's been gone from work for a very long time now. It depends on when they stop striking. Okay, there we go. I got a full group. Thank you to everybody who messaged me. It filled up really fast. Let's see. All right, so slash party. I'd prefer QTBS or a heals. How about you guys? Let's see what they say. It sounded like EU. Are you implying anything? Hope not. I can quick DPS. Alright. Okay. I'll A heal. Guri, QDPS. Others, pure DPS, please. Alright. Druid today. Okay. Boop boop. And what was this? Oh, Stone Spirit, I think. Alright. And Kinfall. Okay. Ox says, what is this game about? What's up, Ox? This is a game that has been out for over 10 years. And it is the sequel to a game that came out 20 years ago. So as far as what is it about? I mean, it's a whole world, right? It's a massive multiplayer online game. So there's a lot to do in this game, but there's a whole world worth of stories in it. So it's not really one thing. The memory fragments are not really required for the fractal, but they are for an achievement if any of you need it. Ooh, I'm a bear. You're a bear. All right, so just recapping what we've learned so far. We've got kind of an aura around us, and the aura makes us... Oh god, that's so loud.
Leave her behind.
Aura protects from frost. Yeah.
Cried out for you, but her voice was so faint. Even I could barely hear her down in the dark.
Yeah. Now, eventually, some of us will have to sacrifice our aura of safety. But basically, the whole map takes ice damage every second, unless you're in one of these auras. Now, right now, we all have an aura, so it's easy, but we'll have to give it up bit by bit. When you go Astro, you drop the bear appearance? Yeah. Same thing with the ranger hammer stuff, when the hammers activate. Alright, so whoever opened that door, you lost your safety aura, so make sure you stay near one of the other people.
Her life fire frightens my ice brood. Why not surrender it all, as she did? Find peace with us, as she has.
Okay. And so over here. Okay. We're just fighting lots of Sons of Spawn here now, nothing too crazy. Who's talking, Jormak? I think it might be, but the person that they are mentioning, you know, like, you know, she waited for you, she's dead, she screamed, stuff like that. They mention her name later. It's Pokey's mom. You know, Poised Arrow's mom. Stoic Alder's dead wife that they've mentioned 1,000 times. So these monsters are like teasing the characters we're playing with the knowledge that she died. Which means whoever these bears are, she was dear to them. So one of the player bears might be supposed to be Stoic Alder as like a younger warrior. Because in this fractal, we're taking on the roles of, like, you know, 5 Coden warriors from, like, the past, basically. Okay. So, I'll use mine here. Alright, so I just gave up my light.
If only one reaches the others, enough it will be.
Don't poison your bearkin against me.
I'm too big for that.
I understand your rage, your fear. I've mourned my own family, my brother. All lost.
My brother. That could be Jormag. Primordius is Jormag's brother. Like, it's possible. Oh no! I got chilled mid-jump. That made me miss the jump. Hang on. Alright, the last 2 people with lights I need to interact with these lamps on the left and right of the door. Muck, do you know if that happens when you're in a bear tonic? I haven't tried tonics in here, I'm not sure. Long load. Alright, so note the person that has the light. We need to stay in the lights during the fight. Alright, now on this difficulty, this is not much. Red areas are bad. And right there's a big orb above its head. That does an explosion in the air. It only hurts you if you're in the air. So if you avoid the red areas, you won't get thrown into the air. But if you want to go airborne, if there's like a ground shock wave, you can stand on a red area on purpose to get launched upward. So there's the air explosion again. I think that was the ground explosion. Okay, we got a CC bar. Right there, you don't know what Silken Weir wanted. Keep her name off your lying tongue. Oh wow, that hits you even at a dodge roll. Okay, so it looks like a massive ground explosion's happening there. Now, we're just healing through it, but I think on challenge mode, you're gonna want to stand on the things to jump in the air and not get hit by it.
She wanted to go home to her family. She wanted to feel the sun again.
Dodges you, maybe. Yeah, I think the circles that knock you airborne, you can't dodge them. Alright, so there's the big ground shockwave thing.
You understand nothing of grief or of sacrifice. You feel no warmth and have none to give. Empty you are. Empty and alone. Poor, wretched thing.
Alright, so yeah, that is it.
There's nothing here. Only the wind.
That's it already? Yeah, that's the final boss. I was trying to think of what I was gonna say. I think on challenge mode, you might have to respect the damage more, but on normal mode, like not getting launched in the air to avoid the ground shockwave just took it hit you for like 30% of your life, and then I just healed you and it was fine. It was like not a big deal. But I will say, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a boss do an AoE in the air above them to only punish people that are in the air. That's pretty cool, honestly. Would like to see more mechanics like that. One good healer, no way you can lose here. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Also, you know, the whole thing is when you get to the final fight, only 2 people, I think, in the party have the light that protects you from the ice damage. So if you were doing this on challenge mode, maybe there will be mechanics or that, like, takes the light from people or something. That could be interesting. Let's see. Alright, cool. Hey, Fractal Group, thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Maybe only 1 light on CM? Yeah, possibly. Maybe only 1 light. Maybe there's like more, but then the boss takes them away from you one by one or something. Or maybe you have to spin the light to stop. Like there's a mechanic that happens and you have to sacrifice a light to stop the mechanic. Why are the city portal scrolls so expensive? Dude, I don't freaking know. Do not buy those right now. The airburst, groundburst mechanic you see a lot in FF14. Cool. Maybe they got inspiration from another game. Maybe smaller light radius? Maybe. Maybe everybody has to just stand on a dime. I don't know. Is it soloable? I don't do much Fractals, wanted to do it for lore. Yeah, Lord Heisen already soloed it. And I think it was not that bad to solo either. If you have a lounge pass, you can port to the lounge, then use the door to go to all the cities. Yes. I think it's more about kind of like, as a collector, you kind of want to fill this in. But each of these is so stupidly expensive. It's like, what were they thinking? I think it's funny and weird that we have to do Chuga and Champawat to get the Portal Tome achievement. Well, you don't have to get the Portal Tome achievement. It's just to get one of the collections for it. Mug, don't know if you talked about it, but what do you think about expansion ending? I thought it was alright. I thought it was alright. Like, for the people that thought Soto was like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 for story, I think this was maybe a 7 or an 8. I don't think it was stellar. I can think of quite a few things that they could have done, I think, to make it better and tell the story better. Like, one thing I said yesterday was it feels like the story of Janthier Wilds is chapter 2 in a book. And it might be a really well-written chapter 2. But I feel like we didn't get chapter 1. You know? Like, there's so much, like, you know, you don't know about the Seer War? Oh, you don't know what happened to the Mersat? Oh, you don't know about Spectral Agony? You don't know what the White Mantle did? Like, there was so much, like, trying to extrapolate what happened there in the past. Chapter 1 is Soto? Disagree. Soto is more about the Cryptus, and the Cryptus are, like, completely uninvolved from Janthier. They're, like, barely there at all. Like, all the stuff I just mentioned, Spectral Agony, Seers, Mersat, like, none of that was in Soto. That was completely different. I feel like chapter 1 is Guild Wars 1. Yeah, possibly. Season 3. Season 3 had more White Mantle, true. I also played Season 3 like 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a while. Now that it's been blocked by ANET, can we discuss about the issue with the Dragon Festival vendor? Oh, yeah. Okay, so what happened? Alright, so I knew about this yesterday because people told me, but I don't, like, if there's something broken in the game, I don't like putting it on blast because then more people know about it, right? That makes the problem worse. But now that it's done, sure, let's talk about it. Alright, so there was a vendor that was added in Lion's Arch that had Dragon Bash currencies. Now, with Dragon Bash, for those who have not played it, there is a holiday currency in it called Zytaffy. It's like a candy, and 1,000 Zytaffy can be traded in for 1 Jorbreaker. So a Jorbreaker, like Jormag, a Jorbreaker is worth 1,000 Zytaffy. They put a whole bunch of stuff on this vendor that were supposed to be for sale for Jorbreakers. So like, you know, this costs you 5, this costs you 1, this costs you 2. They accidentally put it for Zytaffy. And remember, a Zytaffy is 1/1000th of a Jorbreaker. So, anyone that saw it could just buy 1 billion of whatever was from the merchant, sell it, make money, and just keep doing that. Like, you could just sell back to the merchant for profit. It was an infinite money loop, right? So you could just, like, buy a whole bunch of crap, salvage it, buy a bunch of crap, sell it, buy a bunch of crap, all right? So that was the issue. They accidentally put the price tags on a new merchant at 1/1000th of the cost that they meant to. Because they picked the wrong currency. Okay? So, I found out about it because someone told me in chat. I didn't talk about it because I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want more people to know about it. Some people, of course, are going crazy on it. I would say within an hour or two, they were like, okay, we can't hotfix this fast enough. It's going to ruin the economy. Just turn the merchant off. So they did not really a hotfix, but they temporarily disabled the merchant yesterday, like an hour or two after the patch hit. I don't think they did like a rewind or anything on the server. I think they just accepted the losses that came with that first hour. And then yeah, that's it. It's still off, yeah. I think their main priority, yes, excuse me, I got like a running nose. I think their main priority yesterday was getting the Wizard's Vault fixed, because we did get the hot fix that fixed the Wizard's Vault late in the day yesterday, right? So I think this was the main thing that their devs were trying to figure out yesterday. That reminds me, I didn't buy the Legendary kit yet, so we're going to do that. Put that there. All right. So we can't make money now. Not from that vendor right now. Kind of reminds me of, what was that one? Something Beast Torch. It was like messed up. This is the wrong guild hall. Hang on. This is it. Mystical Beast. A similar story happened quite a while back. Mystical Beast. All right, so take a look at the price tags of these skins. One of these things is not like the others. Yeah, so a little story here. There was a vendor for Mystical Beast weapon skins, right? Now, Mystical Beast weapon skins, when you draw them, after a few moments, they get like a spirit of a beast on them. It's like this one, it's like an axe and it gets like a stag on it. And this rifle gets, I think that's like rabbits or something. And the staff gets like a fox with its tail in the air, all right? When this came out, for some reason, like each of these items would cost like 3 tickets to buy, Black Lion tickets. The torch cost 0. No one really knows how that happened, but the torch was added to the game with the cost of free. Okay? So what happened? Look at this. There's 12,942. A ton of people were like, buy. And they just bought like thousands of them. And they fixed it a little while later, but that's why the prices of the torches are nothing. So if you like this skin, it's 70 silver. It's freaking cheap. Yeah, it's just, it was a mistake, and the story is still being told. Why didn't they just delete the torches? It didn't really break anything. So here's the thing. A mystical beast torch skin cannot be sold to a merchant, right? So you're only going to make money off this if you find another player to buy it. So what happened, you know, the worst thing that happened was the price of this one item among the player base went down to 70 silver. And they were just like, you know what? All right, we accept that. It's worth not doing a rollback. I guess torches aren't worth much money. And that's it. So, you know, that's another one that's there. Let's see. Typically they cost 1 ticket when they're introduced. Okay, well then instead of 1 ticket, they were 0 for some reason for that day. Thanks for the hint. Sure. Yeah, so, you know, obviously there's so much supply and not enough demand for them. The price stays low. And you see the others, there's like, you know, just dozens for sale, not thousands for sale. Hey, Mugga Chat. Hey, Ephley. Yeah, that was another weird one that happened.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar.
You know, I had a, I don't know, kind of an inspiration the other day. It was an idea for a short little, like, YouTube series, maybe just with YouTube Shorts or something. And this was inspired by another content creator I watch sometimes on YouTube that was talking about, it's about comic books, right? Like, oh, did you know that Spider-Man once, yeah, like that kind of thing. And I was thinking about doing like a did you know kind of thing with some YouTube Shorts. Like, did you know Garm once stared down Jormag and won? You know, like stuff like that. Because that was in the books. You know, I thought that would be kind of cool. And now I'm thinking about doing just a little story time about this torch thing. Probably write that down. Let me see. Oh, no, not that. Close that. Is Druid your main? I'd say Ranger's my main. Lately, I've played a lot of Untamed and Druid. Mystical Beast Torch. Like, there was one I did that... Let's see, was it weapon? Was it Guild Wars 2 weapon? Oh, yeah, this one. The Guild Wars, I said this Guild Wars 2 weapon is an Easter egg. And then freaking 78,000 views. Like, for me, that's really freaking good. That's way above my average. And this was about the Sunless Scythe. Which, since I've brought it up, I'll just show it really quick for people who don't know about it. There's an Easter egg in the game. Or Sun Touch, sorry, not Sunless. So the Sun Touch Scythe, right here. Here it is in my character's hand. The blade, if you turn, you see how there's after images? And if I move my mouse as fast as I can, do you see the faces? Those are the gods of Tyria. The human gods. Like Balthazar, Duena, Grenth. Like, they're all there. And when you move fast enough with this scythe, you can see them. So in the little YouTube short, I talked about that and how I thought it was cool, and then like it did like really well. Are Aurene legendaries easier to craft than older gens? They're about the same, but they involve doing stuff in End of Dragons instead of doing stuff in Corteria. So if you enjoy End of Dragons, then you might find it easier. Jump on that video. Let's see. I mean, I could do that like right now. Let me see. So, I'm trying to think of how I would do the words for this. You have so much gold. Yeah, it's funny you say that, but I know people at the gold cap. Like, I would say the average Guild Wars 2 player looks at me like I'm rich, and then I'm just like, you guys have no idea how high up this goes. Did you know that you can click the party UI to accept a ready check if the dialog box disappears from the middle of your screen? Wait, what? No, I didn't know that. How do you have so much gold? Okay, okay, real talk. For all the new bloods in the chat, welcome to the game. If you are interested in making gold. All right, there are many ways to get money in this game, right? PvP has treasure chests. They have 20 gold in each box. World v World as a non-stop, constant like flow of small loot, right? Rating gives like gold per boss kill. Fractals gives a lot of money for doing the daily fractals. There's so many ways in games to get money, all right? I'm really lazy. It may not seem like it, but if it's something I don't want to do, I'm really lazy, okay? I don't like farming gold. What I did is I found a bunch of things that pay a lot of money for 2 seconds of work, but you're only allowed to do those things once a day. And I made a list of them, and I just do them every day. And that it's like, at this point, it's become like a 10-minute long routine I do once a day, and it gets me like 20 plus gold. All right? If you're interested in that, I am putting it into the chat right now. And you don't have to do everything in that video that I'm linking, okay? You don't have to do everything in that video. Pick and choose what you want. But everything in that video gives a lot of money for 2 seconds of work. Make your own list from that video. Do whatever you like. How many alts do you have? I have 1 character of each class and then maybe like a couple of extra. What do you think of the possibility of merging Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3 like other tittles? You said tittles. Like e.g. R6S and CS2 have done. I don't know what R6S is. Is CS2 Counter-Strike 2? I don't know. The thing is, Guild Wars 3 is just an idea right now, right? If they make a Guild Wars 3, I would need to know more about it to decide if I would want that merged with Guild Wars 2. Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, so I'm aware of those games. I don't play them, so I don't really know a lot about that topic. Let's see. Trying to think of how I want to do this. If I want to do like a YouTube short series on this, it's like Guild Wars 2 story time. Let's see. Purple says, hey, Muk, well, I'm in doubt of what to play. I'm an experienced WoW player with over 8 years, and I want to play other MMOs. I'm torn between FF14 and Guild Wars 2. Did you play both? Can you give me your insight of playing Guild Wars 2 in 2025? Sure. So I played Final Fantasy XIV for like a weekend. And I'll be honest, I didn't get into it. It wasn't for me. I'm not bashing the game. I couldn't get into it. I just didn't like it. For me, it felt so similar to playing WoW, and I was so burned out on WoW. I was like, this feels like I'm playing the same game. I don't mean that in a bad way. WoW's a great game, but I was done with that, right? I was burned out on it. Guild Wars 2, I do think this is still a stellar MMO. It has a very active player base, right? If you're interested in that, this video, I'm linking a video in the chat called Why Play Guild Wars 2, explaining the appeal.
Tree of birds. How are you?
Hi, Birdtree. Oh, shoot, ruined my train of thought. That video is what I have used to convince a few 100,000 people that this is a great MMO. I would recommend watching that, and feel free to come back and ask me if you've got any questions. Birdtree says, do you ever think ANET will finish making any of the rest of the skins for Maguma armor? Huh? Right now, it's just shoulders, gloves, and boots, so still missing 3 pieces. Oh, I have no idea. I've never looked into that. I'm not sure. I would say maybe not every set of armor is meant to have a full set, right? Like, it just happens. Like, I remember at the end of Morrowind, there was a, I can't remember what it was, but there was like a, basically the end game item you got for beating the main story was a glove. A glove. Not gloves, like a like a gauntlet for one hand that was, it's like the Thanos gauntlet, basically. Like, that was the thing. So, there was no set of armor that went with it. It was just one freaking powerful one-handed glove. And then you would wear a different glove with it. So, I mean, it just happens. There's not always a full set. Let's see. ARR MSQ is a slog. It's definitely a good game, but there are some rough spots. I've been thinking about that a lot the last few days. We need more plant armor. Not every set of armor was meant to have a full set. 2025 Monk. I mean, true. Hey Monk, have you considered doing the kudzu quest to add the hidden guard into your daily routine? Doing a legendary quest line to be able to harvest cabbages would take a long time to pay for itself. Are you watching the PoE live stream tomorrow? No, I'll be doing this. Will you try Dragon's Dogma 2 again? Okay. I tried Dragon's Dogma 2 for less than 2 hours. I hated it, and I refunded it on Steam. That was bad. I really have no desire to go back to that. Dude, it was just there's. I could talk for 10 minutes about it. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I just didn't enjoy Dragon's Dogma 2. You know what? I'll throw you a bone here. You know what game that I put down and never finished. I put like 100 hours into it and I never freaking beat it. That I've considered going back to and trying again in the hopes that I've gotten good since then is Sekiro. I never finished that. I beat Dark Souls. I beat Dark Souls 3. I beat Elden Ring. I beat Black Myth Wukong. I beat Kazan. I beat Lies of P. I beat so many Souls-likes, and I never cleared Sekiro. Freaking game. Hey, Monk, now I know the pain of accident craft wrong gift for Leggy. Just waiting for support to help me. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that, Quaster. Is there a list of special things you get from Gen 1 Legendaries? Like the harp from Minstrel. Couldn't find one. I think the easiest thing to do is go to the pages for the legendary. Okay, hold on a sec. Guild Wars Legendary Weapons. All right, so if you go to the wiki, here, and let's see. All right, dark mode on. All right, so if we go, here's like Gen 1 stuff, right? And then if you click Minstrel, and I think it mentions Aura, Drosto, Footfalls, Gallery. Where does it mention what it comes with? Crafting the Minstrel also unlocks the musical Minstrel novelty, right? So there's notes on these pages. So then if you go to each of these and scroll down, it'll tell you if it comes with anything else. So I think that is the fastest way to find out the answer to that question. Off the top of my head, I know the Gen 2 Warhorn Verderok also has, why is this not working? I don't know. Also comes with a musical instrument, a doot-doot horn. So it has that. Lorenia says, hey, Muck, I recently watched your vid on crafting leggies, and I am now trying to get the T6 mats. Do you have any suggestions for how to farm those without directly buying all of them? Lorenia, I do. There is a conversion. All right, look, Lorenia, this is for you. I'm linking a video in the chat. That's for you. There's a way to turn Eternal Ice... hold on, right to left is backwards for you guys. To turn Eternal Ice into Living World Season 4 currencies, into Volatile Magic, into boxes of trade goods, which are full of T6 mats, which you can sell for gold. And you can jump on or off that conversion train at any stop you want. So that video shows that sequence if you're interested in that. Okay, so let's see. So GW2, staple, beast, George. We'll watch it, thank you. You're very welcome. Okay. So yeah, I was thinking, hold on, I'm trying to piece together how I want to do like a YouTube short of this. Let's see, Hammock the Legendary Backpack is updated to the wiki. There are missing some materials. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Is there a good way to turn fractal tokens into gold? I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. I know just running fractals gets you a crazy amount of money for doing the dailies. Like the 3 daily fractals for the amount of time you spend on them will make you stupid cash, but that it's limited to 3 per day. But as far as turning tokens to gold, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. Let's see. And when was this? 2024 game update. Muck, do you happen to know any low-intensity ranger builds? I've got chronic pain issues, but I'd like to stick to rangers as my main for story. Oh my. Afra, I have got videos on a bunch of low-intensity builds, which I will link to you right now. If none of those are what you're looking for, there are some on snowcrows.com, I believe. I'm not sure who else might run. Chat, if you've got any other input on this topic, feel free to add it onto what I've said. Those are some that I can point out off the top of my head. GW2 says, make a point video especially for Turtle Egg Player. Wait, a point video? Exclamation mark turtle. I've already got a guide on the 2 ways to get the turtle mount. If you want it, here's a link to that right there. Let's see. Valen has a double longbow build. Double longbow? Wait, what? Is that my arrow cart build? I haven't seen that video. I know I have a double longbow build from a few years ago called the arrow cart. I'm genuinely sad about how Jane Worlds ended. Hope the next expat lands better. Do you feel like giving a try to Blade and Soul now that it's on Steam? Blade and... I don't know anything about Blade and Soul. I'd have to watch a trailer for it. I can't immediately picture that game. Accessibility Wars 2 has a lot of LI builds. There you go. Muck, have you done any of the convergences in challenge mode? I have on the Soto ones, and I've had them fail more. I mean, it was just a pug. I just grabbed random people, but I've had them fail, and so I haven't really done many of them. I tried it a couple times and then just put it down. Let's see. Played it for like a year, quit after that. Alright. Let's turn this back up. I think the little fractal relics can be vendored into spirit shards. I don't know how good or bad the conversion rate is, Yuzuki says. Getting silver on each of the Jandor Convergent CMs unlocks a relic for each. The Ura does like to spam bubbles. Yeah, in the raid mode, you have to use an item that's on the ground to destroy the bubbles to free the players. In the Convergence, they probably didn't trust people with the item, so they didn't add it. But that also means there's no counterplay to the bubbles. I don't think Stunbreak works on them either. I'd have to go double check. Let's see. Gotta dodge. Yeah. I don't... yesterday when I did the Convergence with Ura, I didn't even see a graphic. I just saw her, like, lean forward, and then a ton of people got bubbled. I didn't see, like, circles or anything. Maybe you just have to watch for her to lean. Catching up on questions. It's really faint, but yeah, it's easier to watch her. Kind of reminds me of Bone Skinner, where, like, when he lifts his arm off the ground, that's when he's about to blow you up, and it's easier to watch the arm than it is the circles. Ura Bubble had the AoE in front of her, then spawned the bubbles. Gotcha. So on the on this idea train, chat, of, like, just sharing funny little stories within Guild Wars 2, you know, off the top of my head, there was the story about, like, the mystical beast torch skin, Garm in the book, resisting Jormag, which is crazy, like, as far as, like, lore exposition. What are some other, like, you know, hey, did you know this cool Guild Wars fact? I'm trying to think of, there's like 10 years of knowledge rattling around in my head right now, and I'm trying to think of, like, some more cool ones that, like, could just be some interesting things for new players. Longchar has to be the funniest. You know what? That's a good one. Longchar, yeah. So where was what was the item that does that? It's Guild Wars 2. It was a chess piece, right? Longchar chess piece. Let's see. What was the name of that item? It was from, what was it? I think April Fool's 2022. No, it was Super Adventure Box. Longchar. It was Super Adventure Box 2022 added a chess piece that stretched out the chars. Then people demanded it comes back, and later they brought it back as a permanent thing that you could do for, like, April Fools. It was the Mark III Reality Rig. Let me see. Guild Wars 2 Reality Rig. Alright, hang on a sec. Introduced March 29th, 2022. Oh, it doesn't have the history on it. Let me see. Reality rig chess piece. Yeah. Is it Mark II? Alright, hang on a sec. Reality rig Mark II. Yeah, the wiki doesn't say anything about the long char stuff. That is a travesty. You could do a short about the time Aiden accidentally made a second Black Citadel. Yeah. Yeah, okay, when was that? That was recently. It's a Guild Wars 2, double Black Citadel bug. I remember that. There was... See, post like hold on a sec. Was this it? Hold on, I just googled, I might have found it. Let me see, does this show it? And it's like clipping really bad. So there was one day, yeah, there we go. There was a bug where the Black Citadel, the Char capital, the giant thing in the middle of it was duplicated for no apparent reason. There was just a second one appeared next to it. With full collision and everything. And then they were like, whoops, and then they removed it like a couple days later. The core, yeah. And when was this? October 2022? Yeah, let's see. Double Black Citadel story, October 2022. Might be worth mentioning the EOD NPC bug where people had to line up to talk to a story NPC so that other players don't just interrupt the NPC. Oh, the DMV. Soto DMV story. Yep, I remember that. Just say it was an alternate dimension leaking in. The origin of the Gen 1 Torch Rodgort. Oh, Trogdor the Burninator. Rodgort, Trogdor. Here's the deal, Mike. How many bets and tips would it take for me, for you to make the Leggy backpack for me? That feature is not on the menu at this time, Andarsar. Would you do these shorts about past exploits like the Karma Vendor and the item duping? The point of them is to be, like, factual and also entertaining, right? So, like, if it's talking about, like, some... I don't want to be a drama YouTuber, right? But if it's about something that happened in the past that was, like, you know, pretty interesting in Guild Wars, I think it might be worth it. I think it'd be cool. Could always talk about the ice brewed tea. The ice brewed tea. In case anyone's wondering, for those who like the reptile tail from Chinese New Year's, the Oryx Manifested shows part of the tail, like the actual muscle structure of a real tail, so it looks like an Eastern dragon tail with fur. Interesting. Let's see. You don't have drops in your title? On YouTube, I don't have it in the title because I don't want to mislead people into thinking they're getting them, because I think it would cause more confusion. But yes, I am streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now, and Twitch is doing Guild Wars 2 drops until end of day Sunday, if you're interested in that stuff. Also, the great rollback. The walking speed of the siege turtle matches that of a real turtle. I mean, I haven't researched that. I don't know if I would make that claim. Let me see. No, I like this. I like this. You guys are helping me get some ideas. Let's see. Did you know? Let's see. Hold on. I'm just I'm theory crafting a script here. Okay. It's like, did you know this Guild Wars fact? Let's see. So I need like a little template here. Hold on. Let's see. So save. Actually, we'll come back to that. The meerkat in season 4 to hide Blish. Let's die or Jade Max. Yeah, I've thought about rereading the books and talking about some interesting stuff. Let me give you guys an example. There is a scene in the books, and it's like really early. It's like chapter 1 of one of the books, where there's an Asura who is like he's being a jerk to this party of adventurers, and somehow his golem gets destroyed. I don't remember how. And of course, he loses a lot of his backbone because he doesn't have his muscle with him. He runs away. Later, he comes back and he's scraped together he's made a wooden golem. It's wood. I didn't know they could do that. So he's made a golem out of wood to like get some like muscle really quick. And then the necromancer drains life on the wooden golem, which apparently drains its battery, and the golem just falls apart. And the Asura screams and runs away again. And there's so much to unpack there. Like, one, necromancers can drain batteries? Was the life force in the golem battery? Was the life force in the tree? Can they drain trees? Like there was so much to unpack from the fact that they did that. And that's canon. Like, that's in a Guild Wars novel. So, like, I don't think the Asura made the golem run off of life force from the wood, because the wood was chopped down, you know? It was like a dead tree. So I think it had, like, a crystal core, like most of the Asura golems, but a necromancer drained it to, because she was, like, all beat up, and she just drains it, and it heals her wounds, and it crumples to the ground. And it's just like, wait a minute, what? So, there's undead tree? Yeah, I don't know. They can fight plant creatures? Yeah. Where's the Guild Wars 2 anime? I don't know. Use life force to make an alternate circuit that would work with wood, so of course necromancer drains the battery. I guess. Don't question the lore. No, I'm not questioning it. I just I like finding the cool stuff about it. Something Golomancy and Necromancy were always meant to be one and the same, or something from that one hero point. Technomancy. Did you know this Guild Wars fact? Lion's Arch was once made of boats. You know what? Honestly, that would be an interesting one. Did you know this Guild Wars fact? We're on our 3rd Lion's Arch right now. Let's see. We're currently, let's see. Hang on a sec. That'll be the first one. The Lion's Arch you see in game is the 3rd one. Like a resident of California, we keep rebuilding in the same place and hoping for the best. The first Lion's Arch was destroyed. Okay, I constantly get this wrong. Was the first Lion's Arch destroyed when Zaitan woke up, or was it from the rising of the city of Or? One of those two made a tidal wave, and it just nailed Lion's Arch, like, right off of the map, I'm pretty sure. It was the Rising of Or. Okay, and that was in... Which book was that? Hold on. Sea of Sorrows? Sorry, I'm leaning forward because I've got all the books here. I think that was in Sea of Sorrows. The Elder Dragon Zaitan has risen. In its wake, the drowned kingdom of Or is reborn, and another is destroyed. The city of Lion's Arch, for generations a cornerstone of civilization in Tyria, is brutally swept beneath the waves, leaving nothing but ruins. Among the survivors is Kobaya Mariner, a human sailor shipwrecked by the tsunami and stranded at sea. When he is rescued by a ferocious Char, Kobaya knows that he's been plunged into a world forever changed. Yeah. And then Pirates remade Lion's Arch. And then that one was destroyed in Living World Season 2? When did Scarlet blow up Lion's Arch? Was it Season 1? It was Season 1. The first Lion's Arch, which had existed for a great many years, was hit by a tidal wave when Zaitan raised the city of Or from the ocean in the Sea of Sorrows novel, causing a tidal wave which crashed into the city. Pirates, smugglers, and other ne'er-do-wells that Frequented, let's see, that's... frequented the area that were nearby. Let's see. Gathered there and rebuilt the city primarily with the wreckage of ships. This is why, just say misunderstood, folks. Wasn't destroyed one in personal story by Dragon Wave, and second destruction was done by Scarlet Briar? Yes. Let's see. What else is there? I'm trying to think. How did Scarlet did when Scarlet did it? It was with the big drill thing, right? And it was like she drilled into a ley line and it like blew the place up. What was the name of that thing? The Breachmaker. That's it. That is why when you play the early parts of the Guild Wars 2 story, and let's see, that's why when you play the early parts of the Guild Wars 2 story, when you visit Lion's Arch, the city is made of ships. And it originally looked like that in the open world as well. In Living World Season 1, a salad terrorist attacked Lion's Arch 2.0 with a massive weapon called the Breachmaker, which drilled into a ley line, causing a massive explosion? Is that accurate? Or was it just like a shockwave? I don't know. Let's see. If you do the short, you should include all the versions of LA. She sank Lion's Arch with the world's greatest power drill. I mean, accurate. Maybe add to it as a second fun fact, you weren't able to replay Season 1 for a long time. Yeah. She won't bar the city. The phrase is ne'er-do-well. I'll be saying it out loud. ArenaNet cinematic about the escape from Lion's Arch destruction. Hang on. Yeah. Let's see. What was this one? Oh my god, this is nostalgic for me. I haven't seen these ships in a long time. They should let us go back to old LA. You can. There's an achievement you can do to get a key that lets you go back in time to it. Dredge. Crate. There's the Breachmaker. Okay, so when she drilled into the ley line, she'd already wrecked this city. Okay. Okay. Definitely hang on to that. See, I'm a big lore nerd, a YouTube channel that focuses on Guild Wars 2 lore. Wooden Potatoes. Wooden Potatoes is probably the #1 channel for that I can think of. Comments from 11 years ago? Yeah, it's an old video. Let's see. In Living World Season 1, a crazed Sylvari named Scarlet Briar led an assault on Lion's Arch 2.0 in order to access a ley line she wanted underground. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Fact check me, guys. I'm pretty sure that's what she did. I think that the whole point of it was to drill into the ley line. And so ships. Let's see. She wanted to access ley line. Her plan was to hit the ley line to wake up Morty. She's being controlled. Right. This caused a massive amount of destruction and led the people of Lion's Arch to rebuild again, making the city you see in Guild Wars 2 today. Another thing I just thought of, tidal wave as I took CCR caused the tidal wave that crashed into the city. Gather he rebuilt the city further inland, primarily with the wreckage of ships, and also fortified. What is the name of thing? Because what they did, because Lion's Arch wreckage is like further out a bit, right? Like if you swim in the water, you can see the wreckage down here. And then what they did was, like, after it was destroyed the first time, they built further back, and then they fortified Claw Island, so that if Zaitan's dead ships came in, they had to get past Claw Island to get to Lion's Arch. So, like, they didn't rebuild in the same spot. They built further inland because of the tidal wave. They didn't want that to happen again. But then Scarlet destroyed it, and then they had to rebuild it again. Let's see, making the city that you see in Guild Wars 2 today. Wreckage fortified, which is why you play the early part. Guild Wars 2, sorry, because Lion's Arch range ships, and originally it looks like that in the open world as well. And also fortified Claw Island to be a front line of defense from the sea against Zaitan and the dead ships. This is why when you play early parts of the Guild Wars 2 story, when you visit Lion's Arch, the city's major ships, and originally looked like that in the open world as well. In Guild Wars Season 1, a crazy Savar named Scarlet Briar led an assault on Lion's Arch 2.0 in order to access a ley line she wanted underground. This caused a massive amount of destruction and led the people to rebuild again, making the city you see in Guild Wars 2 today. Even now, if you swim in the bay near the city, you can find the wreckage of the previous iterations of the town. I don't know. You can find the wreckage of the previous buildings, as well as the massive drill of the Breachmaker used by Scarlet Briar. I'm pretty sure that's all true. Hang on a sec. Gonna go check. I'm pretty sure all of that is there. Favorite fun fact, the Triforge pendant was based off the Legend of Zelda Triforce, and a Triforge was originally ArenaNet's name. Didn't know that. Let's see. Drop down here. Boop. Okay. So, if we go down here... Blub, 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 blub. Alright, so yeah, there's some stairs, there's some columns. There's like a fountain or something. I think this... Yeah, here's the Breachmaker. Right here. So here's the massive drill. And I remember there was some quest where I had to come down here, like, to the drill bit at the tip of it. I don't remember what it was, though. And more buildings and stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of structures. Sea scorpions. I think I'm almost to the edge of the map at this point. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, posting my first message on a stream. Relatively new player here, around 1.3k hours of the game. Do you think I should go for Ad Infinitum or for the new backpack? I'm on achievement 3 out of 4. What's up, Whiteberry? As far as like which one to go for, I would say depends on if you enjoy one more than the other. It's like one of them is going to be grinding a lot of open world and spending a lot of gold. Ad Infinitum, I think, is going to be cheaper on the gold front, based on what I know so far, but involves doing a lot of fractals. So if you hate fractals, then do the other one. If you don't mind doing either one, Ad Infinitum is cheaper. If there's one of them that you think looks a whole lot sexier than the others, then do the one that you think looks cooler. Muck, it was the making of Maudry that brought you down there. Gotcha. I wish they had not left out the Karka attack and Discovery of Southsun when we were making Living World 1. Yeah, because they still haven't, when they redid Living World Season 1, they still didn't explain, like, how you met Canuck. When is the skimmer able to dive underwater? There's a quest line you can do to unlock the ability for the skimmer to dive underwater. Hang on a second. Dang it, what is it? Hang on. Sorry, YouTube's being stupid with me right now. There, found it. Okay. Here is the guide on how to teach your skimmer to go underwater. There you go. What add-on is that shows the location's name? Region of Tyria. I'll put a link to it in the chat right now if you want it. However, the Worldview world, it takes crazy amount of time to get the currencies. Yes. Yes, that is accurate. Okay. So, let's see. Did you know yours to Lion's Arch 1, 2, 3? And video scripts. Okay. I think that's it. I think this would be a fun little video. Like, just do this, and then, I'll just read this, add a lot of visuals from the different Lion's Arches, and then I can make it like a YouTube short and like a short YouTube video both, and then just go on to the next one. I like this idea. This is good. And YouTube really likes short form content right now, so this would be good for that as well. Fun fact, the rebuilding of Guild Wars 2 Lion's Arch lasted longer than we had Lion's Arch 2.0 before it was destroyed. Hey, can I harvest the fruit of shadow in another homestead if mine isn't grown yet? Olga, I do not know. I'm not in a spot where I can test that because mine is growing as well. I am not sure. I do not know. Next to a video about the fascinating lore of the Grove. Oh, wait. The main thing I know about Sylvari is they're very young, right? They don't have a lot of lore other than the whole Heart of Thorns thing because they're so young. Like, when a Sylvari's born, they basically are already adult-sized, and they are typically very innocent and naive, but they have the knowledge of a lot of the members of their race that, you know, already came before them. So they're rapidly, you know, growing and accumulating experience, but right now, they don't have a lot of background. By the launch of Guild Wars 2, the race was roughly only 25 years old. Yeah, and I think, wasn't Kaith, like, one of the early ones? Like, Kaith was one of the early ones. Fun fact about Sylvari, they are so young that none of them experience dying of old age, so none know how that's gonna go. Yeah. The firstborn, yeah. Kaith was the firstborn. They're all cabbages. Mike, do you know why the buildings of the Lion's Arch look like sea creatures? That was just the art style that they decided to go for this time. Yeah, so we've got the lobster, we've got the stingray, we've got the octopus or squid, big shell, starfish. I mean, I guess I could, like, mention that as well. To rebuild again, making the city you see in Guild Wars 2 today, with the sea creatures theme. I could do that. I never noticed that was a stingray. Are you serious? There's even an NPC that talks about it in front of it. Let me see if I can find him. I remember one day I wanted to record him saying it, and I had to stand next to him for like 10-15 minutes to get him to say it. Hold on. Alright. So right there. Like, that's the 2 eyes, and, like, that's the body. But yeah, there's 2 NPCs, and I can't remember where they are. Is it these 2? It might be these 2. They periodically, like, the char will be like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks stupid. And the other one's like, do you really not see it? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, just look at it. And then after a few seconds, he's like, burn me. It's a stingray. Love your mount. I love it too. It's so fluffy. Fun fact, Cabbage Patch Kids are older than Cabbage Patch people. Did you know you could steal someone's dog and have it be your pet as a Ranger Line's Arch? Yes. Yes, I did. And then he cries, and then you can steal his cat.
Greetings.
Sylvari do have lore, but not from Sylvari, basically from Ventari and Ronan. Okay, I know Ventari is the Centaur guy. I don't know Ronan. A lore piece that connects Sylvari Orders 1 is my understanding that the Pale Tree was originally planted by Ventari and a human named Ronan. Yeah, I don't know about that. It could make a did you know about the pet stealing? Yeah. Yeah, it's, hang on a sec. I'll find him. So, for those who don't know, if you're a ranger and you go up to a juvenile pet, you can tame it, right? This guy here, if you're a ranger, I already have one of these, but if you interact with this, it just takes the dog. And this guy cries, and then a few minutes later his cat spawns, and then you can take the cat, and then he cries again, and then the dog spawns, and it just keeps happening. So this is like one of the places in the game where you can get the Drake Hound, which is what that is called. I don't know why they set it up that way. It's really messed up. I didn't know it was someone's pet. He was just there looking hungry. Ronan was the person basically who planted the Pale Tree. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'd have to read on that for a while. I was having a good day. Fun fact is, Ranger, in Caudicus's Manor Dungeon, you can tame enemy dogs to turn them against the bandits. That's some niche usage. Yeah, it's like, there's that one... Which Living World season is it where you get thrown into, like, a jail cell, and then you get out using your class, and I think if you're a Revenant, you channel the spirit of Joko or something, and just, like, break out? I think if you're a thief, you, like, make a lockpick or something. Well, I do remember, like, a few rare bits of story where they actually made, 9 different outcomes for getting out of a situation based on the class you were playing. Another one could be, did you know world completion included World v World at release? Could take weeks to get the right team for it. Oh, man, dude, I remember doing the jump puzzle on top of one of the keeps and, like, trying to get it done while people are shooting at you. Fun fact, your vids got me to Guild Wars 2. Got another one! Hello, Drag. Did you see the tech demo video for Witcher 4? I did. It looks really cool. It looks really neat. Good evening, thank you. I'll be silent, good behaved. Oh, you're fine, you're fine. This, overall, the channel is quite well behaved. You can fun fact each class. If you're a warrior, you just rage out. Fun fact each class. Like, Guardian, did you know you're Anet's favorite child and can do no wrong? They've not been nerfed in 12 years. Ranger would be stealing that guy's dog. For Mesmer, the first thing I think of is either Queen Jenna's massive feats of strength or Zera massive feat. Dude, who do you think is stronger, Zera or Jenna, Queen Jenna? Like, the Queen made a shield over the entire city. Zera summons herself as, like, Godzilla. Probably Jenna. Probably Jenna. Queen Jenna's massive feat of strength. Definitely when I say the word feet, I have to flash an image of her feet just for, like, 1 second. The Queen's rumored to be that one goddess. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Jenna Logan can back this up. Dude, what was the deal in the new story chapter with Logan and Ellen Keel. Are they hinting that he's done chasing Jenna around? That was sus. That was sus. All right, this is not a major spoiler for anyone who's not finished the news story. There's a scene where Ellen's like, "Oh, Logan's here?" And then she runs over and waves to him. And then she goes away and walks into like a room and despawns. He then talks to you, and then he leaves and follows her into that room and closes the door. But if you talk to the queen who's there, she's like, "Oh, Logan's here? Anise, how do I look?" You know, and she's like all flattery. But yeah, Logan followed Ellen into a closed room. And it was just like, what? Despawns, yeah. They're doing the opposite of despawning? Oh, shut up. Logan said he got a girlfriend / wife at the end of season 4. Wait, what? He did? When was this? Let's see. Barthos says, what would be a good recommended class for a newbie? What's up, Barthos? Welcome. Honestly, any that you think... every single class has good late game stuff. It's just a matter of, do you want to play that way? You know? Do you want to shoot fireballs? Do you want to heal people? Do you want to shoot a gun? Do you want to swing a sword? Etc. Show Chip. Chip is not in my room at the moment. Hold on, let me see if he's nearby. One second. Big stretch. Big stretch. We're just gonna beat it. Okay, chat. There we go. I have disturbed his slumber. He's like, what are you doing? I was just sleeping. There you go. My son says I'm a bad person. Because I disturbed the cat.
But if I do, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Alright, I don't know if he's going to stay with us, chat, but I'll set him down and we'll see if he wants to. Hang on. Nope. He immediately jumped into the streamer chair and ran away. Okay. Thank you, Chip. Alright, there you go, person who asked. It's done. I was sleeping, these pets are acceptable. Let's see. Show Chip is this channel's version of Show Feet. Oh my gosh. That would make you guys more degenerate than I thought. Why do you keep disturbing Chip? Don't act like you didn't like seeing Chip, Lubo. Let's see. The fellow's getting older. Chip is 7 now. So he's not ancient yet.
He's 6.
Mm,
He's turning 7 this August.
we already... okay, he's about 7. He's about 7. Jenna also made an illusion of Krauke that was so master realistic it convinced the Brandon to follow it. Yeah. Yep. I mean, to be fair, we can set up Kraukatoric illusions in our guild halls, so that's not too difficult. What's the T skill? Invisibility. Where? It's from Icebird Saga. It gives all your mounts the ability to go invisible and stop enemies attacking you. It's quite handy. Why is the Bloodstone Ascender not unlockable for iOS? No clue. How'd you like the Janthir story? It was alright. Not stellar, not bad. It was alright. I have the voice line of the Stingray recorded. Can I send it to you? No, I don't need it, but thank you. I have it in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. Piece of trivia I'd really like to get is why the long name in your intro. I have a video. Hold on, is the mining exclamation? I think that video answers that question. The one that I just linked you. What would be a safe and tanky build for roaming about, capping camps, and maybe supporting allies in World v World? Anything slow-paced out there. Alright, chat, need your help on this one. So this person's asking for a safe World v World roamer build. What would you direct them to play? I have not World v Worlded in a long while, so I need to defer to the community for this one. Dotveg says, Celestial stats anything. Let's see. Let's go Babanisos. I still think the funniest bedroom moment Gilbert Sue is the random Mesmer in Lake Doric story mission that made an illusion of a new Lord Farron. What? In the Lake Doric story mission. Yeah, I don't remember that either. Do you ever use your Springer anymore? No, I don't even have a hotkey for it. The Springer go up. Skyscale goes more up. Springer had CC. Warclaw has more CC. It's basically, if you have all the mounts, the Springer is replaced. Do a most used mount tier list.
At our once great city.
I mean, I could.
Apologies. That was discourteous.
I'm trying to think of where I would put everything.
Those high sower and greenkeeper of Baba
I don't know. I could do that. I'll write that down on the idea list. Mount tier list.
for me to tend to.
And you know, the big joke there is the last amount that I would put on the bar, it would just say, like, your mother. F tier. See, which was those? Oh, this is the medicine one. Why is it still playing Lion's Arch music? I'm inside a Titan's dead body.
That balm is made from special shrubs and berries back home. It's a secret lowland remedy. Cured several scraped knees when I was a cub. Applying it to some key spots should do the job.
If I want to go fast, Beetle, if anything else, Skyscale. You could cover Gilbert Sue's version of the Argonian Maid. Which one? Snargle's written a lot. Like, you're gonna have to be more specific. There was one moment on stream where I read the book about, what was it? Like, it was like Ritlock and Rogan. And Noxxi did some editing on it and had Logan, like licking his lips and stuff. Dude, it was so creepy. So there, in one of the funny moment, like, for those who don't know, there's a playlist on my YouTube channel called Funny Moment Compilations. And it was in one of those. I don't remember which one.
That balm is made from special shrubs and berries back home. It's a secret lowland remedy. Cured several scraped knees when I was a cub.
Do you think the combat mechanic will be for the 6X pack? Combat mechanic? What do you mean?
That's the way. Let the soothing balm do its work.
Did you finish the AOW4 campaigns? I finished the Primal Fury one. I've been playing it more off stream on my own time, which is not a lot this week. But still would like to do the one for Ways of War and the one for the Eldritch monsters.
From special shrubs and berries back home. It's a secret lowland remedy. Cured several scraped knees when I was a cub. That it did. Applying it to some key spots should do the job.
I'm pretty sure I've watched every video on that playlist at least 5 times. The Funny Moments playlist. Glad to hear it.
Not only does the balm reduce irritation,
Is this the final chapter in this expansion? Yes. Yes, there's a big victory party at the end of this one. You know, someone yesterday asked me, they're like, hey, did they ever do anything with the Eye of Janthier we saw at the end of Soto? And I thought about it, and I can't remember ever seeing the Eye of Janthier in Janthier Wilds. Did any of you see it?
When I was a cub, that it did. Going down. Keep it up.
The Eye of Janthier was the friends we made along the way. Dude, I hate this. So this quest, you can't, like, swap out the medicine or set it down or anything to fight. If I weapon swap, it'll just destroy the medicine.
Not only does the ball
There.
reduce irritation, but it's also surprisingly tasty. Don't ask me how I know. That balm is made from special...
Shut up about the balm! We're fighting titans! This is not the time to hear about your scraped knees.
Scraped knees when I was a cub, that it did.
Oh my god.
Some key spots should do the job.
Dude, there's such a, like, some of the NPCs in here, there's just, like, such a massive disconnect between what we're doing and, like, what they're talking about. Like, this lady, the two others that are, like, flirting. Just totally fine, you know? People fighting for their life, they get drawn together, it happens in tons of stories, but it's just like, yo, you're doing this while I'm fighting for my life to defend you, and you're just standing there flirting, you're not doing anything else. At least she's not talking about beareroids? Wow. Which one's this one? I don't think I've done this one before.
This is sensitive work. Remember, we're not speakers. We don't get to cheat at this.
Oh, this bit. Okay. Maybe I have done this. The Mersot ritual. Ledger runes still 500 gold each. That's 3,000 gold for a rune set. How do so many people have it? When you get far enough at the end game, you're not really spending gold on anything other than weird things you want. So, if you want legendary runes, you get legendary runes. Okay. What do you want? I'll help you find it. Sniff. Sniff, 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 sniff. Oh, was that it? Okay. Alright, where is... There he is. I found it.
Keep it up, my ritualist in training. I may even stop calling you newbie after this.
See the horrors, my soul will writhe. Rare kind of strength, you may be right. Okay. And I should have stopped while somebody was so desperate. Regrets the first step. And I don't want to do that. Let's see. I was executed for speaking out against Bloodstone experiments. I feel alone. That one.
Get rid of them quick.
Unspeakable. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Welcome. I have seen the horrors our people have wrought. My soul will writhe. Admitting your wrongs. That guy won't talk to me. Almost done. Let's see. I made one as soon as they announced Leggy Relic. Haven't looked back since. Yeah, I posted a video that was like, you know, what was it? Make one Leggy, get one free. And then I was like, yeah, they said if you make a Leggy Rune before this date, you get the Leggy Relic. And I already had full Leggy Runes, so I got the Relic immediately. And I know a lot of other people rushed to make one. No problem. I'm actually rarely on Twitch, just here for the drops, but I look like every guide of you over on YouTube. Thank you for the content. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff. Let's see, we should have stopped them. Takes courage. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong one. That one. There we go. Alright, that one's done.
They'll traumatize the spirits all over again. Get rid of them, quick.
Get the obsidian while I wait on this event to end. Rafa says you look like a famous actor. It's funny you say that, because I did have someone once come into my stream and tell me, they're like, you look like Tom Cruise, but not the Tom Cruise that looks like the real Tom Cruise. But, like, you're the Tom Cruise that you would hire if you couldn't afford Tom Cruise. You're like budget Tom Cruise. And since that day, I've been called budget Tom Cruise many times. Tom Cruise from Wish, there you go. When I was a kid, I used to get compared to Jim Carrey a lot. So I guess I've moved on from that. Timu Cruise? Timu Cruise! That's good. Josh gets called Discount Henry Cavill, apparently. Well, Josh has gotten pretty jacked lately, I believe. I'm gonna make a squad here just to see if any random people come over and, want to help kill this thing for event credit. Can you jump on the couch so we can get a comparison? Jump on the couch? Not sure I understand that reference. Some people say budget Tom Cruise, but you always be premium to me, Buck. Thanks, Deb. Could you show me what skills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 look like? With what class and with what weapon? It's going to depend on that. Tom Cruise jumped on Oprah's couch like a maniac? Oh. Okay. Nice. Easy. There's an old Tom Cruise video where he jumps at Oprah's couch saying his then wife was pregnant. His then wife? Oh, I guess it didn't work out. I don't really follow celebrities' lives, so I don't know. Do you know of any add-ons that turn teleporting around the map into something you can do via a menu instead of opening the map and finding the waypoint? No? I mean, there is the Wizard's Teleport tome you can use. That's kind of that. That's not really an add-on, though. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for. Budget Tom Cruise doesn't give enough credit to your role, more like Stunt Devil Tom or Stand-in Tom. If you want to toss a bucket of water at Tom or toss Tom out a window, you call Fall Guy Buckluck.
If you can reach them before the next change and record their positions, I'll link them to mine here and map the paths. Take my beacon and pick a mirror. Each one connects to a set of 3, which connects to another set of 3.
I would need to see you bald and having the Eggman mustache to make that comparison. No, not doing that. My wife is rejoicing that I got rid of the mustache.
This one connects to... And that one must... Wait.
I thought you said your wife loved you with a beard. I said she loved it at range. I also said she hated it in melee. So when I did decide to shave it, I got basically tackled. Repeatedly. There was a lot of positive reinforcement. Beard luck was a phase, yeah. I was happy with my... dude, I hated how it felt, but it, I was happy with how it looked.
I've had far too much time to dwell on the realities of this place.
Okay. Scribbled notes. No one is coming. I can hear them. My neighbors screaming for help day and night. The police to save a parent or a child trapped beneath rubble. Terror at what Baba Nisos must now look like. The air reeks of bloodstone. Something blocks my shadowcraft. I will not escape. The Titans are dead, but the capital died with them. Am I the last one? When it's over, who will be left to remember our names, our cities, our achievements, our mistakes? When this wound finally claims me and my body turns to dust, will anyone remember me? It says scrawled note there, but then it says crumpled note. We're gonna get Beard Luck 2.0 in October.
The picture's getting much clearer.
Why specifically October? Did you do the JP? Yep, first try. I had the prototype position rewinder at hand in case I fell, but I got it done in one go. Are the English dubs also broken in the story quest for you? Livia's a mime now. It's not broken. The voice actors are still on strike. Yeah, they announced that. Can we add budget Tom Cruise to your title?
Are we wrapping it up? I was told I'd be identifying in cattle.
The picture's getting much clearer.
This is an annoying one. What do you have that displays the zone transition? Regions of Tyria. I'll put a link to it in the chat if you want it.
The signal is holding steady, and I'm beginning to grasp where everyone is. We can do this.
Oh, I put that, rather than put that in both chat windows, I did it in the same one twice. Played through the story in my native tongue just to enjoy everything being fully voiced, and yeah, it was nice. Still gonna do replay once the video can be done. I've already been here. Ask Regions of Tyria at a streamer mode. That's a giant arrow pointing to text saying, "This is Regions of Tyria." What does it look like? The groundhog, but if he sees his beard, we get 3 more months of winter. I don't think so. Well, that's not helpful. Kind of hoping someone else finishes this event. I don't like this event. I don't know if I'm going to do this event ever again. If these portals were faster, then maybe. Like, if these just went zip, but it's so slow. Mike, are you still collecting games to play? Exclamation mark game rec. We'll pull up the game recommendations website, and you can add anything you want on there, or upvote anything that's already on there. And anytime I, am looking for a new thing to start, I check that. Oh, dang it, I'm back at here again. Alright, just gonna chill, just hoping they finish it. What is your main role and why? Streamer. And because I stream. If you mean, like, what class am I playing? Ranger. Currently an Untamed, specifically. Is Baba Nisos technically a dead map? Since the whole thing is a big dead corpse? Yeah, I think it is. I think that's accurate. Let me see. Wondering when Orax is going to be in here. Good afternoon, Muckavivos. Hey, Smashy, what's up? There's an achievements for this event to do the Baba Nisos Mastery achievement for the backpack. Baba Nisos Mastery. God, I've done so few of these. Why? Light a starlight lantern in Baba Nisos for old time's sake. Help statics expert Zulos and his team destroy an ether tower. Intentionally sort a text into the wrong category. What? Titan organ smuggling. No description. Complete all 3 use medicine to reduce Titan's inflammation open pathway events. Successfully use your Warclaw's chain pull to stop one of the Titans from reaching the other and keep the Titans apart in order to defeat them event. Dude, I haven't found any of these. Defeat an enemy with debris and use debris in the environment to help destroy the Titan organ sacs event. Complete all parts of the A Titanic Voyage meta event. I haven't done the South Lane. Prevent Lex Talion from casting Keystone's Vengeance by breaking his Defiance bar 5 times. Defeat Lex Talion without being affected by Malefic Darkness. Wait. Oh, that's the Gorseville thing. Okay. Defeat Lex Talion without being hit by Haunting Echo's Shockwave more than 9 times. Defeat Lex Talion without him consuming any spirits. Annihilate 25 artillery. Okay. So you need to do 10 of these. And there's like 15 options. Okay. That's not too bad. We definitely got more to do right now.
I'm sure all the bastions will pitch in when the time comes.
Hello, friends. Hey, Garrick. Drops right now. Did you already get them? No. I have not. I'm not really concerned about this one. No, I could if I just left it at the stream open overnight and went to bed. I could get it done, but not really worried about it. I see a tag of oh, there's an event back there. Hello. Oh, that's the use debris in the environment thing. And I'm supposed to use a debris to defeat an enemy.
Try using your journeykin to pull down that debris. That might do the trick.
Titan pan. Wait, what? What debris? Huh? What debris? Hmm.
Keep it up.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, I just got it done. I don't know how. I was just standing there. I think it gave me credit for something someone else did. Who dat? Darren6560. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Sweet Relief North has been bugged for me, someone said. I don't know if I've tried that one yet.
Thanks for your help. This work is disgusting, but oddly satisfying to me. That's not strange, is it?
Stanley Parable added the recommended games, though I'm amazed no one recommended it yet. Already played that one. Hang on, I can get you a link.
Leave no stone unturned.
Let me see. There it is. There's a link to the Stanley Parable playlist if you would like to see it. Oh no! Death by Stanley. Green bars and story missions. Yeah. Yeah, they do that. I don't remember how to get back down there. She's the waypoint. Alright, well, we found one event I had never seen before and got the achievement related to that, so that helps. Do you like the new map and the new meta? It's okay. I would say I don't hate it. I don't love it either. It's fine. I will say one thing. These Mersat mirrors, I dislike these. They are very slow. Like, I just right-clicked on it, nothing happened. Right-click again. Okay, now it's working. I could have made a sandwich. Like, they're just so slow. So, like, that event that's up here with all the mirrors, I'll probably never do that again. It takes too long. It just takes too long. But like overall, like, you know, fighting the organs and fighting the not Gorsable and stuff like that, I'm cool with that. That's fun.
There is little left for me to tend to. But do not let me keep you.
Not worse than Dragon's End. I think Dragon's End is a very fun meta. My issues with Dragon's End stemmed from all the problems that were with it when it first came out, and the fact that as a streamer it kept DMCAing me. Like, how it is overall, like, I think it's a fun meta overall. It requires some coordination, because otherwise you fail, but yeah. I've been done the meta 4 or 5 times now and haven't been able to break the Defiance on the boss at 25%. Really, I have done the meta twice now, and both times we failed the second Defiance bar, but we succeeded the first and third. And people were like, I wonder if the second one is bigger. I'm like, I don't know. Will you command the meta in 30 minutes? Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm gonna get a drink though. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna get something to drink and then we'll keep doing this. Okay. Let's see. Are you on NA or EU? I'm on EU right now. I'll be back on NA this evening. You just have to break the prisons, kill the ghosts, they don't get eaten. The more ghosts he eats, the bigger CC bar he has. Oh, maybe that was a... Thank you for your work, mate. Thank you for enjoying my stuff last. Appreciate you. Cheese emoji, cheese emoji. No, Seth. No, don't do it. Let's see. Considering the story has been poorly received by the community so far, do you think they should focus more on pre-established lore like Janthir or make new stories like Soto for future expansions? That's a very interesting conversation. I'd be happy to have. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so let me pull up my little notes that I've been scribbling on. What was the question here? Do you think they should focus more on pre-established lore like Janthir or making new stories like Soto? All right, first of all, there's a misconception there. Soto was built on the Wizard Tower lore, which was pre-established. That was already in the game. Janthir was built on the Janthir, like the Eye of Janthir / Mursat / Seer lore, which was pre-established. They were both built on pre-established things. Both of them were. Okay? However, I want to give you guys an example. In my opinion, IMO, the best writing in GW2 was Living World Season 4, which included Joko and Krakatorrik. Okay? Joko was from Guild Wars 1, but they did such a damn good job reintroducing him that even people like me who didn't remember him from GW1 still grew to love him as a villain. Okay? That is an example of they took a character from the past. Some people felt nostalgia, but other people still fell in love with it quickly because they just did such a good job with that character. Right? So, I'm not a writer. Well, I mean, I write scripts for videos, but that's it. But I'm not like, I don't consider myself a writer. Right? So, whatever they did here was really good. You know, maybe the Janthir, the Eye of Janthir was in Guild Wars 1, or the Wizard's Tower was in Guild Wars 1, and that's fine. But there was just so many, like, coming into it from Guild Wars 2, knowing only what I know from playing the Soto story, there was so many holes in it. Like, I can call in the fleet and get an army of airships here to help us nuke these things. And they're like, no, it has to be a secret. I'm like, we are fighting to save the world, right? They're like, yeah, he'll eat the world. You don't want me to call in the airships? No. Like, give me a reason, all right? There was one day I suggested, like, okay, how about the cryptids feed off emotion? And the more people that know about them, the stronger they get. So it has to be a small strike force. If everyone knows about it, this problem will get worse. You know, do something. You know, do something like that. And, you know, then it's like, okay, I understand it now. It makes sense. But the whole time I was just thinking, why can't I just call in the air fleet? Yeah, like, that was the whole time I was thinking that. That was an example of, you know, just like weird writing there that kept me constantly disconnected from the story. Constantly, there was also the Saris. People kind of like Saris, I think. You know, there was the cutscene with Ceres and Demon Mommy. I forget her real name. Everybody was like, "Oh man, this is cool," and then he's gone. And then they're like, "All right, this is E-Park," and I'm like, "E-Park? His name's E." And they're like, "He's dead." Okay, like I was still trying to remember his name. It was over quick, dude. Like so, Ceres I think was pretty well received. E-Park was just over in 2 seconds. And then Paitha, everyone expected her to betray us, and she never did. And it was weird that she never did. Because the whole thing was the demons eat people. And that's why we were attacking them. And they were like, okay, you know what? We'll stop. Stop? Can you stop? Can you just do that? Like, we're your food, right? And they're like, no, we could just not eat people. Okay. Like, and it's like, I think the whole thing with Paitha that they kind of fell into a trap with, which is the same thing that I have heard that Netflix recently did with Castlevania, is they tried to humanize the demons. When I think most players just want to go in there like Doom Guy and just kill some demons. But they took a group of demons and they made them very human. And it's just like, it was weird. So yeah, like Soto, like the features, as far as features go, Soto got some of the best features that were added to the game of any expansion ever. But story-wise, it was like, what the heck is this? Like, what is going on? You know, and there were some cool moments. There were some awesome moments. Against Ceres was a huge one for me. But you know, there were others that was just like, you know, like E-Park. E-Park was just like, introduced him and gone. Let your bad guys be bad guys. That's why Joko works so well. Yeah. Dude, freaking chills down my spine when Joko's like, you know, dragons, the life force of this world. And you killed, let alone one, you killed 2. And a god to boot. And he's like, they will thank me for saving the world from you. Like, oh my god. I had chills down the back of my neck when he said that. I was like, oh shoot, am I the bad guy? Let's see. They have to make money. The expansion have the elite specs. If all you're going to do is play the core games, you don't need elites. The game is very cheap for the amount of content. It's insane value. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, they make content to pay the bills. You still have to defeat the bad guy though. Yeah, but the point is, Joko wasn't defeated in Guild Wars 1. He wasn't defeated in Path of Fire. We finally got him in Living World Season 4. Like, they let him be a bad guy for a while, you know? Whereas E-Park was a bad guy for two minutes. They introduced him and the next patch killed him. It was so quick. Scarlet and Joko prove the point of write a good villain and your story doesn't falter. Yeah. Scarlet was basically Harley Quinn. And I don't mean the new Harley Quinn. I mean like the one that was just like batch insane. And that was it. There was no redeeming features for her. She was just crazy. And she had a really good reason for being crazy, but she was crazy. Like that was the whole thing. Wow, I turned that in with 1 second to spare. I can fix her. You can't fix her. She's got a drill the size of Lion's Arch. You can't do it. At the end of Guild Wars 1, last time you saw Joko, you have Joko outside of the Bone Palace trying to drill a small group into an army, and it's comical, and they're bumbling, and you can see what he's done in Guild Wars 2, and it's like, oh, we screwed up. Yep. What is this one? Defeat the swarm of minions. Okay. Fishing versus housing expansion. So the homestead, I think, appeals to 2 groups of people. Folks like myself that just want to use it to make money. like, you know, plant stuff and get free things each day. And then folks that like, you know, play The Sims, that like, you know, interior decorating and stuff like that. I think homesteads was an excellent feature to the game that many people enjoy, that enjoy different playstyles. Fishing, there are some people that enjoy fishing. Sure, Flute Girl's one of them. I am not, but at the same time, I'm happy for the people that enjoy that feature. As far as I understood it from in-game chatter, the demons of Naos are actually demons. They're dream spirits that eat dreams, so they don't really need to eat people. They could just passively nom dreams that drift from Tyria into their world. They even claim Sylvari dreams the best. The problem was E-Park set up his big dream catcher to filter out the majority of dreams before anyone else could consume them. What? I didn't... Okay, if that's a thing, they didn't explain that well. I didn't pick up on that at all. Did not pick up on that at all. Is Flute Girl related to Saxophone Guy? Not that I know of. Flute Girl is one of my mods, and she's, like, been here for a very long time, so there's a lot of videos that, like, reference her and stuff. Or she's, like, guest starring in a lot of videos would be a better way of describing it. Bangar just wants more... Yeah, you know, Bangar was a decent villain. Because, like, he had a very clear goal, and you were in the way of it. Like, they weren't trying to redeem Bangar. And also, he kind of, like, got his comeuppance from Jormag, and that was funny. Raging Titan spawn. If Flute Girl had a sidekick, would it be Drum Boy? Maybe. Do you think Bram was weak-willed? I think Bram was an idiot. There's way too many examples. Look, alright, I've told this metaphor before. Here's the thing. Let's say you're in the military, in the real world, okay? And you're in charge of leading a squad. You lead that squad to go do a mission, you come back, your whole squad is dead because of you did poor leadership. You weren't trying to kill them. You just made bad calls, and you killed your entire group. Okay. Should the military give you another group of young men to lead into battle again? I say no, because you've proven that you're incompetent, okay? Maybe you're not evil, maybe you still want to help your country, but you should be probably making sandwiches in the lunchroom or something, okay? Alright, Bram, we're just like, it's okay, buddy, try again. And we keep giving him squads to send out and get killed. And he's killed so many allies. Like, there's a whole fort of ghosts in Biora Marches of people, of ghosts that hate Bram, and it's his fault that they're there and dead. Right? There's the countless times in Heart of Thorns where, like, Bram, no, and he's like, Bram, yes, and he just ran off and got in trouble. Living World Season 3, we kept calling him on the phone and asking for help, and he's like, no, and he wouldn't help. When he was running off to find his magic bow, he got rocks frozen solid, and she was like his bestie, and he was like, she's slowing me down, and he left her to die. He accidentally fed Owl's spirit to Jormag and got one of the greater spirits killed. He, man, like the list just goes on and on and on. There was another one on the tip of my tongue. What was the other thing?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the other thing? There's the Iceberg Saga. There's the thing with Biora. Iceberg Saga basically happened because in Grothmar, we told him to stop drinking, and he's like, no, I'm gonna party. And he got so drunk that they just walked up and took his bow. And his bow was like the BFG 9000. So he got so drunk, he accidentally gave the enemy his weapon, which started, like, it jump-started the Char Civil War. Like, they wanted to do Civil War, but he basically gave them the last thing they needed because he wouldn't stop drinking. So, I mean, it was just like, he's not evil. He has just got overwhelming incompetence. And it's just like, why do we keep giving him chances to be incompetent? It's just... It's just... I'm flabbergasted. Like, I am sorry to whoever wrote him. It's horrible. Like, after like the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time he caused us trouble, he should not have been on the front lines anymore. It blows my mind that he was allowed to be. How old is Bram? I don't know. Another funny moment is after he meets Air, and he finally gets the chance to talk to his mom. He's like, "Can we talk?" And she's like, "Oh, no." And she refuses. She's disgusted by him. And granted, she's, not parent of the year. She made him that way. But, God. But Laura forgives him because he's a big hot boy.
I am Antos, High Sower and Innkeeper of Babonisos. As you can see.
Fun story. His bow, his big bow that he was gonna let Rox die so that he could get it, but then he finally got it. His bow has, I think, canonically shot 2 things. One is Jormag's tooth, and the second is me. That's it! I hate him so much. There's 2 things in canon, in story, that have been shot by that bow. A tooth and the commander. Muck him. I like Bram because of how he takes care of Timey. True. True. You're kidding? No, the bow gets taken when he gets drunk, and then the enemy uses it and shoots the commander, and then you almost die. That's an Iceberg Saga. If Bram does care for that, yeah, Bram cares for his friends, except for all the times you call him for. Actually, no, maybe he doesn't, because all the times you call him for help and he says no. And then there's the whole thing with him leaving Rox to die. I don't know. Okay, maybe he doesn't care for his friends. He seems nice. When you talk to him, he seems nice. I'm trying to think of a redeeming feature here. What's the price of the seeds? The seeds? Strawberry seeds? Like banana tree seeds? Like pineapple seeds? Like what are we talking about? What seeds? ANET never nerfs Guardian in exchange for Bram being Guardian. Yeah. The 25 gold seeds. Oh, the Shadow Fruit seeds? Yeah, those are 25 gold. Mike, do you think the mastery system with an annual expansion makes sense? It feels like there's no catch-up option for new players if we're getting annual expansions. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these masteries are kind of whatever. A lot of these masteries are no big deal. Like, this is going to do nothing for me, and I don't think this is going to do anything for me. A buff when you're near a beehive. I would say there's a few in here that are absolute, like, diamonds. Like the auto loot in Central Tyria Mastery. A lot of these, though, are just, like, very, very, very small QOLs. I would not stress about it too much. That's the mirror thing. I don't want to do the mirror thing. Or is there any useful masteries? Well, sure. I mean, the homesteading masteries are kind of like they gate you from doing homestead stuff. So if you care about building up like the house and all, then you get those done, right? How often are you near enough to a beehive when it matters? I mean, never. I walk past beehives and like I like, oh, there was a beehive there. The Mersot event's up again. That one's easy. Jade bot. Oh yeah, Jade bots are pretty good. Yeah, the when you're in open world and you go downstate unexpectedly and the Jade bot can get you back up. That's great. Hey, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I request a salt shaker?
It's already salted.
Oh, look at you. Thank you. Chat. The Lady Luck has brought me nuggies and tater tots. Fuel for the gamer. Opinion on new Leggy backpack and glider. Graphically, looks cool. Lots of people are interested in it. Cost-wise, I don't know yet. I don't know the full cost of making it. From what I have heard, it's pretty expensive. Like the shot, like and when I say expensive, I mean in unavoidable ways, like 250 Mystic Runestones. That's 250 gold from a merchant. Can't avoid that. The Shadow Fruits, it's 25 gold for 2 to 4 fruits, and you need like 20 of them. It's stuff like that. I am lost. Where is this lady? Oh, there it is. You are spoiled? I am not spoiled. I'm a little spoiled. I'm very lucky to have her. Can't talk to that. There we go. Okay. Got one down. All right, we got contribution. At least 2,500 gold. But yeah, I'm wondering how much of that gold is from buying stuff from players, and that cost will decrease, and how much of that is unavoidable gold. There's another one. The issue I found with the beehive is that I think they are really only useful with a mount, but they're very hard to hit while on a mount without touching the ground. I really looked into that. What are you working on right now? Right now, I'm eating lunch, and I'm doing events in Bavanisos to get the currencies for the new content stuff.
You certainly have a way with the dead. Wait, no, that came out weird.
It can't be. This is the end.
Evan says, Muck, where do I get the tradesman's package from the drops? I already have the Ascender sent to me by mail, but I got no tradesman's package. They should, I mean, all of it should have been sent to you in the same way. Like, after you claim the drop, it should be sent to you. Twitch chat, has any of the rest of you had any trouble receiving any of the drops that you might have input for this individual? I haven't been told of anyone that's had a snag. Like, if you should have gotten something you just flat out didn't, you might need to open a ticket. You can check for undelivered drops through yours to account / applications tab, Grower TV says. You guys are going for the back, get the shadow fruit from your homestead and sell the first couple batches, made 300 gold. Yeah, I made a video on that last night, Ghidorah. Yeah, for short term, it's great for making gold. Like, until the cost of shadow fruit gets down to under, like, 12 gold, it's going to be profitable just to grow it, sell it, grow it, sell it, grow it, sell it. Price is fluctuating a lot. Yeah, but it's... like, it's going to fluctuate. Because, like, we've gone from 1 day worth of availability to 2 days worth. So it is going to be no surprise that over this week, the price will drop a bit, drop a bit, drop a bit. But until it gets under 12 gold... it's still going to be really profitable for a few seconds of work. Hey, Micro Chat. Hi, Ovid. Wonder if the curious Mersat remnants will ever become materials so they can be stored like honeycombs from Mersat. Oh, are they not materials? I didn't even notice that. Right there. Double click to consume. Oh, yeah, they're not. You're right. Decor, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. Welcome. Give me muck of coffee. There you go. Okay. Alright. What you eating? Nuggets and tater tots.
Guys, look at me! I'm so curvy!
The pinnacle of health, yes. This guy seems to be working really hard to res this guy. I haven't played the new patch, how to get shadow fruits. If you look on my YouTube, the most recent video shows it. But you grow them in your homestead. And then you get them, like you start growing them and then get them the next day. Is it okay to talk about story spoilers for the current patch now? I would say no. It's only been out for a day. There's a lot of people who haven't finished it in the last day. Let's not just spoil and ruin it for them. I will say I am, you know, it's okay to give like vague feedback, like did you like it, did you hate it, stuff like that. Like that's fine. But let's not ruin it for people who haven't gotten there yet, you know? No. Joko comes back. That's not ruining, that's teasing me with a good time. Muck, your Ranger gameplay has made me like Ranger and I feel icky. You feel icky? Alright. That's a shame.
Come to gawk at our once great city. Apologies. That was discourteous.
Did you enjoy the news story? It was alright.
High sower and greenkeeper of Baba Misos. As you can see,
I think the news story has an issue with it where it relies on knowing a lot about what happened in the past in this area. And we don't know. It feels like I'm jumping into chapter 2 of a book and I didn't read chapter 1. So it's alright. And for people who know what happened in chapter 1, it's amazing. Because there's a lot of nostalgia. But if you don't know what happened in chapter 1, there's a lot of confusion. I think they could have done a better job with maybe some like little flashback cinematics and stuff like that. I think they could have done better with that kind of thing. What about the new meta? The new meta is alright. The main thing that's kind of weird is the hardest part of the meta is in the middle, and then the ending is super easy. That's odd. And it feels like they need to add something more challenging to the end of it. Are you going to run the meta in a few minutes? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm just enjoying my nuggies right now. And in a few minutes the meta start, I'll make a group. I'm on EU, though. As a conclusion to the current expansion, were there any hints at possible future stuff? No. Not that I know of. There's a bit where Ellen and Logan walk off, and it seemed like they might have been a couple, which was really weird because Logan's always had the hots with the Queen. And then Lydia kind of was like, I want to be alone right now. And I think she's going to be punished for actions she took during this. But beyond that... What's the max nuggies you can consume? I don't know. Do I get prep time? Like, by prep time, I mean, like, skip some meals leading up to it? I hear that Logan doomed us all for Queen Jenna's feet in Guild Wars 1. Not quite. Guild Wars 1 didn't have Logan and Queen Jenna. That was hundreds of years ago. But there is a book that takes place right before Guild Wars 2. And the scene that you're talking about is in it. And what happened is Logan and Queen Jenna cast a mental connection on him for him to be her knight, like her #1, and he allowed it. And he was off fighting Kraukatoric with the rest of the Edge of Destiny, Zoja and Snaff, Air, Kaith, and Ritlock. And Logan was there doing his part, and he gets a scream in his head, and basically Jenna's like, I am under attack, I need you. And he's like, I gotta go. And Ritlock's like, the hell? We need you here. And he's like, I gotta go. And he grabs, like, they have a teleporter. He grabs the teleporter from Snaff and uses it and leaves. And he manages to, like, his actions helped lead to both saving the lives of most of the people in the city of Ebonhawk and also uniting the Char and the humans together. However, later, the battle with Kraukatoric... Sorry, I'm talking a lot while I'm also eating, so I'm hiccuping a lot. It doesn't go well, as you guys can probably guess, because we fight Kraukatoric in the video game. The Kraukatoric fight in the book doesn't end well, and Snaff dies. And a level 1 Asura knows that in Guild Wars 2, because you are trying, at level 1, as an Asura in the newbie zone, you're trying to earn a prize called the Snaff Savant, which is in his name, in his honor, in his memory. But Snaff doesn't make it. Ritlock hates Logan because of he feels that he abandoned them. And now, there's no guarantee that Logan being there would have made them win the fight against the freaking dragon. But, yeah. Agree that he helped unite them, but if he wasn't there, the result would be the same. Maybe. It's possible. It is possible. But it is true that his actions are what made the Char and the humans stop fighting each other and unite to fight the Branded. But it's the reason why when you run into Ritlock in the story around like level 30 or 40 in Lion's Arch and like the whole gang is there and he sees Logan, they're like really hostile to each other. Because Ritlock thinks it's Logan's fault that they lost the battle, and Logan doesn't think it's fair that he's being blamed for trying to save the queen. And maybe he likes her feet. I don't know. That's what started the whole conversation. Maybe he likes her freaking feet. By the way, did you know you can get a free unicorn helm skin in the Alienware website? Like they just mail it to your house? Save the Queen, the most overpowered Mesmer? Well, again, one, I don't think anyone knew she was an overpowered Mesmer at that point in time, right? She was a Mesmer, and she was strong in her own right, but I don't think, like, she had never, at that point in the book, I don't think she'd ever done anything like she did at Lake Doric. In Lake Doric, she made a shield that covered the entire freaking city, right? She had never done anything like that at that point in the books. He was just like, my queen is in danger. I can hear her screaming because of our mental connection. I got to get there. And he gets there, and again, he basically, because he had a proof that he was Ritlock's homie. And he showed it to the other Char there, and it was like, look, I am your brother. Which is, you know, that would be a good YouTube short as well. Like, did you know Logan and Ritlock are brothers? And people would be like, oh my god, who's their mom? But no, he's basically, like, been adopted into their clan. He's like, look, I am your brother. Listen to me. We gotta fight together against these monsters. Stop killing each other. And he ended up uniting them. Maybe she spent the time between book 1 and 2, the book and season 2 leveling. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it was really cool. That same battle, by the way, I think in that same battle, Logan's brother died. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think in the lore in that battle, like he finds half of his brother's body, and he got eaten by like a branded hyena. Like he got ripped apart because he was at Ebonhawk too. So he did arrive in time to like save the queen in his eyes, unite the Char and the humans, but he didn't save his brother in time. So he's not, super thrilled about that. So all the times that Ritlock yells at him saying, "You abandoned us," he was like, "Yeah, and I still wasn't even able to save my bro." No one calls air for not calling off the assault after Logan left. They didn't really have that option. All right, this is foggy in my head, but I'm going to tell you as I think it was. I think Glint was distracting Kralkatorrik. So there was a small dragon trying to distract a giant dragon, and they were on the ground trying to set up their trap. So they couldn't just like disengage and leave. If the humanoids had left, then they would just have left Glint to die. Like they were already past the point of no return for what they felt like was their one chance. Zoja blames Air for how the fight went. Yeah. When you meet the whole gang around level 40 in your story, your personal story, Ritlock blames Logan for how it went. Logan is mad at Ritlock for being mad at him because he felt like he was justified. Air's trying to get everyone to be peaceful. And Zoja is snappy at everyone because Snaf was her like friend and mentor, and she lost him, and she blames Air for bad leadership. Like real talk, I'm like, I don't even read, like I'm a warrior main. Yeah, I don't even read much. But the Edge of Destiny book shines, like it makes it so much more clear what happened in the story of Guild Wars 2, and it makes so much more sense. Highly recommend it. Obviously, everyone should be blaming Kaith. Kaith is a whole different character in that book. Kaith is, you know how newborn Sylvari are like really naive and innocent, and they are very they can be tricked on anything in the world. Kaith is basically like new Sylvari in that one. She is very naive. She's a different person. All right, for anyone who's interested, wait, there we go. I am making a squad on EU to try to do the new meta. And we are going to CC Gorseville so hard. So hard. So if you want to join me and get some materials for legendary backpacks and all that good stuff, get in here, sharpen your hammers, blunt your swords, and kill some rocks. Where do you get this book? I mean, just Google it. It's called Edge of Destiny. There's 3 books for Guild Wars franchise, and that's one of them. And that one basically takes place like right before Guild Wars 2. Like it's just happened. Sharpen your hammers. You heard me. Eat your tots. If Monster Hunter Wilds can sharpen their hammers, we can sharpen our hammers. Can you invite me? Why didn't you just join?
Hey Muck, how's your day been?
It's been good. I woke up, I played Guild Wars, I'm eating tater tots. It's good. Map full. Oh no. Technically, Ghost of Ascalon is closest to the start of Guild Wars 2 time-wise. That may be true. However, I would say that if you read one book and it were to make more things make sense in the game, I think it would be Edge of Destiny. Ghost of Ascalon follows the story of, what is it, Ember? And Ducal Keen and a few other characters that are in Guild Wars 2, but you don't meet them nearly as often as you meet Logan and Ritlock and Zoja and them. Remember to blame Muggsy, not bad Chip. What? I hauled Chip in here, and he got mad at me. What are you talking about? Use Waste Station to get EMP. We have to interrupt boss when he casts you dino.
Counselor has volunteered to come along and sanction them. Isn't that right?
Ah. You have prep time when eating Max Nuggies? Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Countess? Well, she knows the score. I am here out of respect for Mabon's memory.
Alright. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready. I am ready with my sharpened hammer.
Yes, of course. Allow me.
Personal waypoint reminder. You know what? I forgot personal waypoints exist. I have not used them in so long. Here we go. First time in years. I like how we just pole dance on the hammer to summon this thing. Alright. Are you an NA or EU? I'm on EU! Mug, it's funny how every time I log in your stream before Twitch drops, you're eating, yet you always thin. What's your secret? You're seeing my 1 meal a day. That's it.
It's just like Gorseval.
Magic is cascading from it. Avoid those shockwaves however you can.
So there's all these achievements for beating him without getting hit by various things. And I think what I need to do is, now that I'm in combat with him, is just like run a mile away and wait for everyone else to kill it, and then I'll get all those achievements, right? That makes sense to me. Ready, CC. Nice. Vengeance denied, completed. He put me in the bubble! Thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. That CC bar went. Ah, Zimbabwe! Get ready. No, next one is at 25. We're almost there. Oh my gosh, not even close. Nah, the battle. Chat, I've only got one more chance to get this one achievement with this shockwave, so I'm being like really cautious about it. I've gotten hit by 8, and you can get, if you get hit by 9, you fail it. Yeah, there we go, Echo Evader. Defeat him without getting hit, without getting hit 9 times. I got hit 8.
Suffer this place no longer.
The hardest part is done. Now we split between north, mid, and south. Look at dots on map. Try to split evenly. Alright, I am going south because I don't have credit for doing a south lane yet for the achievement. You sound like that girl in WoW died to get the achievement, not get hit. Yep, I was thinking that too. Sartharian is a guilty of mine. She died really early on the fight and then got the achievement at the end of the fight for having never gotten touched by fire damage during the fight. And then everyone else started accidentally dying in like following weeks. And I was like, are you serious? Oh, we got, okay, we gotta back up a little bit. Let me know when we're properly aligned to attack the organ chamber. We should strike expeditiously. There's no telling what sort of suppressive immunological defenses await us inside. We didn't get to see the boss during the You Die Now attack. We'll never know what it does. We'll never know what it does. Oh, got a master point. Neat. It revives fallen teammates. You guys are so full of crap. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna... There we go. I'm swapping to... Untamed Healer. Very rare. Alright, I'm gonna come over here and heal the turtles so that they can do their thing infinitely. I got you, turtle. I got you, turtle. We need more people up here on turtles. Require more turtle power. I saw someone complain during meta no one's rezzing during the Lextalion fight. Sorry, we're a little busy. On the topic of waypoints on same map taking a long time to load, the same is happening with Position Rewinder. Weird. That is weird. Green numbers. Oh! Alright, so now we kill this stuff without getting thrown off the cliff. Hopefully. So many people getting sent flying off the edge. Oh no! I was almost one of them. But then I decided not to be. I was like, what if I try not getting thrown off? Oh, why do I suddenly have 30 stacks of burning? Go away. Hello, friend. Hi, Adrian. Is this a new Octovine? Similarities. There's 3 lanes, yes, but they don't all have to be done at the same time. And weirdly enough, there's a boss that's really tough in the middle of the, like at the beginning of the event, and then the final boss is actually much easier. Oh, wait, what's happening right now? I think we need to leave. Ah! Oh my god! I was so out of the bubble. It singed my hiney. Oh man, do I have to run back? I might have to run back. That's rough, buddy. Alright. New map expansion feels like the one in charge of the XI got a major exam in science coming up, a biology final or a thesis. At some point was expecting to fight a Orda. Is there an optimum time to picnic, though? That's the marker of a true Octo replacement. I don't know. Let's see. Feels more like it was meant to be a new Dragon Stand, and then they broke up the map in two. Honestly, if they made it to where you had to destroy the 3 organs at, like, the same time, that would be similar to Dragon Stand. What? Okay. Oh, dang it, that guy was difficult to res. Was he AFK? Oh my god, did I just put all my effort into saving an AFK? No. Is the new Legendary Spear grindy or is it unlocked behind certain content like strikes and raids? No, it's open world content and some convergences, which are puggable 50-man things. Not very grindy. There's no Legendary in the game I've made more than one of, except that spear. I made 4 of those because they were so easy. I just sold a couple. I gave one away. It's not bad. Do I need, I need to do the spear. It's not bad. It truly is not bad. Dang it. I can't get airborne right now. There we go.
Muck, you're amazing. I hope you're having a great day.
I am having a great day. Thank you for the kind words. It's wonderful. I am in the Babel. I would like to get down. Northern Oregon has been rendered inoperable. Did we get south? South is done. Okay, cool. Alright, so now we just need to go help middle. Let's see. North, south done. Help mid. I don't know if mid's almost done or if they still have a while left. Yay, the man whose guys I watched learn Guild Wars 2 stream Guild Wars 2. What's up, Anthony? Yes, indeed. Gonna be streaming a lot of Guild Wars 2 this week. Get the new content, record new guides, stuff like that. I've recorded one already for the Wizard Scroll and the Gobbler of Gobblers. Next one will probably be the new Fractal. And after that is the backpack. The Leggy backpack. This is on the EU side, Mr. Muck. Yeah, I'm on EU right now. I'll be doing an evening stream later tonight, and I'll be on NA for that one. 20 shadow fruits? Yeah, I've already planted some. A vascular lithocyte is protecting the heart. Ah, run away, run away, run away, run away! That's the boom! He's casting kill you now! They didn't run, chop. That's it, map meta done. Alright. GG all. Well done. Mike, are you happy with the Gobbler price? 100 gold is not much, but it feels like it should have been free due to the amount of time invested to get there in the first place. I don't mind. The thing is, the only people who will need to get it are people who have quite a few Gobblers, and those are going to be people that are like ultra late game. And it offers them a way to consolidate bag space. Like, think of it this way. If you have, like, 10 Gobblers, you're freeing up 10 bag slots, right? Getting another bag slot costs more than that. Getting a 32-slot bag costs more than that. So, for really endgame players who don't have problems with gold anyway, I think it's fine. Like, it's not really for people who are early game. Is the new Leggy backpack easy to do? I don't know yet. Right this second, because of, rarity, the price for the materials to make the Leggy backpack are very, very high. So it's quite expensive to make it now if you try to rush it. But if you're doing it bit by bit, I don't know. I'm not sure. Is there anything else to do on the after the meta, like on other maps? So, similar to Dragon's Stand, there's some areas that you can only work on exploring while the meta's done. So if you're trying to get map completion done for Bavanisos, there's a spot up here, and in here, and in here that you can't access until the meta's complete. So when you finish the meta the first time, you should quickly run around and try to finish your map comp. I never talked to... Where are they? The people with the glowy swords. I want to see what they say.
A true warrior needs a weapon for every day of the week.
A true warrior. These new weapons are really nice. Where'd you get it? Slumbering Lightborn weapons can be found in Bavanisos or purchased from Sampaguita. Lightborn weapons can be crafted or purchased from the trading post. Sampaguita sells the skins and recipes. Learn about Lightborn weapons. It's just a collection. That doesn't teach me anything. Show me what's required for slumbering. That's just a collection. That doesn't teach me anything. Recipes from Sampaguita. Sampaguita? Where's Sampaguita?
Here, take a bowl. A little bit of fish broth with fresh vegetables from the village.
He's to the right of them. Ah, thanks. She got no nose! This is Voldemort. Muck, welcome. If you come across any curious Mursat remnants, I'd be happy to trade with you. Wow, that's quality armor. Take a look. A lot of the ward here are rather dressed up. They look nice. Don't they? A nice representation of what the Tyrian Alliance can look like. Beacons of hope. Plus, it makes it a little easier to blend as a ward member now that we've been revealed to Tyria. Can I see what you have? Shard of Bavanisos. That's really cheap. I bet we're gonna need a freaking ton of those. Lowland Honeycombs. Slumbering Lightborn. You do not have the respective slumbering. Okay, hold on. I just want to see how this works. Let's see. Slumbering Lightborn Dagger. Unlocks gun. Okay, so then Lightborn Dagger costs 2 Curious Mursat Remnants. Alright, so I'll buy that recipe. And let's go see what it takes to make it. Okay. Artificing, Huntsman, Weaponsmithing. Lightborn Dagger. 30 research notes, 1 Mistgate residue, an oiled Orichalcum dagger blade and hilts, which I can make. What's it? Oh god. What is Mistgate residue? Go back. Is there a reason why all the NPCs in Bavanisos have the option for that's quality armor? I assume it's for the meme. Kind of surprised they put it on everyone, though.
Oh, Wayfinder. You missed out on all the fun. We're keeping watch over the Mistgate in the central organ cavity. For now.
Mistgate residue. 1 sweet treated pine plank, 1 neutralized titan alloy, 1 vial of titan melted liquid obsidian. I don't even know how I got this. And 10 curious Mursat 10 curious Mursat remnants. Gets you a Mistgate residue. Okay. That's not too expensive. So it's a couple of gold to get each of these Lightborn weapons if you wanted one. They're pretty nice looking. Have you ever thought of covering story content and turning them into videos? Honestly, I always just doubt myself too much. I'm always like, what if I make this video and then I got this fact wrong? And people yell at me. Like, I'm always just like, I can very much be like, oh, this is a build. I'm not saying it's the best, but I really enjoy it, and here it is, you know? But if it's a story thing, you know, like, there's like canon and there's not canon. So it's like, I'm always like scared of getting it wrong. We were actually talking about doing like a new series that we discussed today. Then you go back and fix it. You can't go back and edit a video on YouTube. You could like take it down and re-upload another one, but that kills all the traction for the video. That's the whole thing with videos. We did discuss doing like a did you know thing with just like fun Guild Wars facts for like some like YouTube shorts. Yeah, we were thinking of some ideas for that. The Guild Wars 2 lore people are always watching. Yeah. Isn't that why Wooden Potatoes kind of stepped away from Guild Wars 2? I don't know. When I started doing Guild Wars 2 stuff, like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, Wooden Potatoes and Mighty Teapot were the main ones for, like, when they would stream, you know, they had, like, the whole category. Most of the information I learned about the game came from watching Iron Maiden's guides and Dolphy, for those of you who remember Dolphy. The closest thing to what Dolphy did in the past would now be Guild Jin, who's a completely different individual, just the same style. Ian still does it. Ian basically will just, like, any quest she does, she just throws up a video of here's this quest. So, like, you Google, like, any obscure thing for any of the games she's played, and, you know, she's probably got a video on it. Whatever happened to Dolphy? I don't know. Dolphy had just stopped doing new content when I started, so I just assumed that life happened. She's Emmy the Char Fractal. Yeah, Dolphy. Yeah. There's a boss, Siege Master Dolphy, in one of the fractals that you fight that is named after Dolphy. Yep. The official ANET engineers just refer to Ian's videos when you ask for a bug fix. I think that would be pretty interesting to watch, since I do want to see more lore outside the game, and the books are too long to read. The books are pretty short. There was one bit of lore that I thought about turning into a mini, that I told the story of a while back. There's a thing in the book, and I skimmed the book and found it and reread it just the other day. So you guys know, and I'll retell this now just because I think it's a fun tale, and then I'll have to wrap it up because I can't go the whole day again today. I did that yesterday. Garm. All right, so Air Stegalkin, the big Norn lady, with the red hair, that's part of the main crew. She has the dog, Garm. Garm got nerfed in the game, okay? In the book, Garm is described as a dire wolf that's like the size of a small mount. He's huge. Like, they talk about him, like, barreling through enemies and knocking them all aside and, like, leaping over their heads. And there's one point in the book where I think Kaith, who's like a small human size, and Zoja and Snaff are all riding on Garm's back while he's like, here I go killing it again. Okay? Like, he is a big boy. Garm is a big boy. And there is a scene where Air is trying to lead an attack to take down one of the Ice Brood, or the Dragon Spawn, right? And it's the Dragon Spawn that's terrorizing the Holbrak. It's the one that's sending, like, you know, waves of ice and undead soldiers and stuff at them. So they're like, all right, you know, we need to take this thing down. And the leader of Holbrak's like, don't mess with it. Everyone who goes out just dies. I don't want more people to die. And she's like, that's stupid, man. So she takes stuff in her own hands. She meets Air. Air meets Zoja and Snaff. They each have golems that they can ride in to battle. They're special ones. I won't get into that. And she has Garm. At the time that this happens, that's it. It's just the four of them. She already tried fighting this thing once alone, and it did, like, the mind, the Jormag whispers in your head and stuff like that. She's already been hit by that before, so she's familiar with it. They go to fight this thing, and it's like I don't know if it's a champion of Jormag or just like a dragon spawn, but it basically channels this blue wind that starts freezing them, and also tendrils of it go into their mind, and it's trying to, like, mind control them, essentially. She ducks out of the way, and it hits Zoja and Snaff straight on. Now, they're in their golems, but the golems get knocked backward, and even the golems' eyes glow blue. And she runs up, and she is beating on the golems, trying to get them inside to snap out of it. She's like, Zoja, Snaff, wake up! It's an illusion! And she's, like, banging on the golems, trying to get them to, like, come to. Meanwhile, the Dragon Spawn thing has turned its attention to Garm. And it is just buffeting Garm with these icy winds, and, like, tendrils are trying to pierce into it. And it describes it in the book as it was trying to find a chink in Garm's armor, but there was none. And it's like it tried, deceiving and whispering and, seductive whispers and stuff like that. And it was trying to get Garm to turn on them in the same way that it mind controls people. And Garm, in Garm's head, it basically said, like, Garm has one alpha, now and always, and you aren't it. And I was like, oh, that's so good. So Garm's like, yo, that's my mom over there. You ain't nothing. Sorry. So it's actually, like, canon that Jormag's, like, waves of mind control mojo, Garm is just like, dude, shut up. Also, the ice didn't do much either, because he's got a thick coat. Garm, the best is a voice. Is this Edge of Destiny? Yeah, that scene that I just painted was from Page of Edge of Destiny. Yeah, so like, yeah, and again, like the blue mind mojo works on people. It had hit air before. She saw it coming, and I think she ducked out of the way. And then it hit the other two Asuras, and she was banging on their golems because they were riding inside, and she was trying to wake them up. And then Garm just like freaking tanked it while she was dealing with them. And it was such a great scene. I would love to do like a little YouTube short of that. Good evening, Mugga Chat. Hello, No Name. How are you? I remember seeing Dolphy during the beta PUF map comp. Yeah, there's many guides of Dolphys that are still up on the internet. Like when I did Chalice of Tears, pretty sure I followed a Dolphy guide. And then like when I started out playing, it was right after Path of Fire. Living World Season 4 was coming out. So I played Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire at like back to back at the same time. And most of the information I got for Heart of Thorns was either Dolphy or Iron Maiden videos. Jackalsky and Garm. Yeah, Garm was huge. They made Garm just like a default wolf model in the game. But Garm in the books is like a small horse. Like is a dire wolf. He's like a wolf the size of a small horse. He's a big fella. Let's see. There's a certain instance where you find a mysterious Asura, which seemed reference to Attack on LA. Oh yeah? Oh no, I just locked up what you need to craft the legendary backpack. You need butter. Shut up. Mug, you should do video of those books then. How many people read them and are willing to read them? Video of them. Well, I was thinking video of like cool moments from the books. I don't know about videos of me reading them. I think, doesn't Wooden Potatoes have videos of him like reading the books? If you're talking about like an audiobook? I'm not sure. Hold on, now I'm curious. Wooden Potatoes YouTube, Edge of Destiny. Let's see what comes up. Yes, Guild. Well, no. Jose Khalil has Edge of Destiny audiobook prologue. Yeah. So let's see. One second.
Village. Only the flames lived. Boiled with black smoke. Me, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Okay. There. Yeah. So there is. This is from 4 years ago. He had read one of them, Ghost of Ascalon. Did he do like animation or anything for it? Or was it just like just audio? Let's see, Ghost of Ascalon. It's like Ghost of Tsushima? I don't like, no, I'm not Googling Wooden Potatoes Ghost of Tsushima. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so this came up. Yeah, Wooden Potatoes Ghost of Ascalon full audiobook.
That which Dougal was comfortable with held the creature together. Sarcasm and bile covered.
Okay, so he's got a bit of like video thing.
Her eyes wide with wonder. Jeda's bluster was meant to cover some other.
Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I have the voice for that. Like, I don't know if I have the voice to do like an audiobook, but I think some cool moments is within my power. He had an artist for the first half, maybe summary for each chapter and analysis with Guild Wars 2 in-game info. You know what? You know what would be really troll? And I don't want any of you to say why. If I was like, did you know that all of the characters from the Ghost of Ascalon book can be found in Guild Wars 2? And I showed all the spots, like on the map, just the overhead map, where you find them. And don't really say any more than that. Like you can go here and meet so and so. Keep that for April 1st. The full book seems like a copyright violation. Oh, yeah, you would need permission. I would need permission for that. Like it's, for example, the Wooden Potatoes one. It says underneath it like, really cool ANET let you do this. Blah blah. So he probably got like permission, just like I got permission to say Asura plushie. What about Ebonhawk? As far as I know, it's also mentioned Ghost of Ascalon. Is it? Ebonhawk is absolutely in the Edge of Destiny book. In Ghost of Ascalon, I can't recall. Where can you get the books? I mean, I just Google Guild Wars 2 novels. Edge of Destiny, Sea of Sorrows, Ghosts of Ascalon. I assume they're available in many bookstores. Let's see. That would be a good interaction. Yeah. They should bring the people who wrote those books to help with the story in the game. I would say the books are quite fast-paced. Like, for example, Logan. If you only know Logan from the game, he's a very simple character, right? He's your Prince Charming, honestly, right? He's the buff white guy. He's in love with the queen. He's just a knight in shining armor. That's literally it, right? And that's fine, you know, but he's kind of a boring one-dimensional character. In the books, though, yo, he is a badass. And it's like, after the loss of his brother, he kind of like started behaving a bit more. And that's why he's more kind of down to earth in the game. Like, in the books, like, dude, he was a gladiator for a part of it. He was straight up killing things for a living for a while. He's crazy. He was really strong. The protagonists have to kind of escape Ebon Hawk and Ghost of Ascalon to continue their mission, and a Coolosur helps them. Okay, yeah, like I remember Dougal and Ember and all of them, and they had to sneak through like Char lands. I think they snuck around like Ritlock's patrol at one point. So because like the war between the Char and the humans was still in full swing at that point in time, and they had to get past the humans and they had to get past the Char both. Logan's the guy that worships Queen Jenna's feet. It's a running joke, but Logan is Queen Jenna's knight in shining armor, basically. And everybody jokes that he does it because he loves her feet, because she's always barefoot. There's never been any lore that he's there for those toes, but it has been a joke for years. Edge of Destiny is a pretty bland book compared to Ghost of Ascalon and Sea of Sorrows, though. I mean, I disagree. I think Edge of Destiny was my favorite one. Sea of Sorrows and Ghost of Ascalon were both good. But I would say for me, for personal enjoyment, I think it was Edge of Destiny and then Sea of Sorrows and then Ghost of Ascalon was the last one. All good, but, you know, different. POF feels the closest to the books as storytelling goes. Hasn't felt that same since. There was one really cool bit that I think was in Ghost of Ascalon where the main group is getting their quest from, I think it's Almora, and Almora basically tells them what's at stake, and she describes to them when, hold on, this is, okay, do you guys see this purple line right here? This, my son calls this the Brand Canyon. This is when Kraukatoric woke up and took flight, and everything he flew over branded when he first woke up, okay? Almora's group, well, I forget where they were, but they were in the path of this. He flew overhead. Now, for whatever reason, maybe she was just slightly off to the side or something, but she didn't get hit, but her whole warband did. And she saw all of them mutate screaming into Branded and start killing each other. And so that's like her background horror. And she spends a page telling like this stuff of nightmares to Dougal and like the rest of the team to like, you know, really drive home what's at stake with their mission. Because what she's trying to do is to, didn't she have to fight them? Yeah, she had to cut down some of her own branded people. And she does this because the whole thing, you guys know the Gen 2 legendary dagger? It's, oh god, what is it? Fang, something Fang. Gosh dang it. Someone in chat will tell me in a second. The Claw of Connor. Claw, not Fang. Claw of Connor. The Claw of Connor in the lore is like, I think whichever Char has it has like a big claim to leadership. And so what they were trying to do was, I believe they were trying to, the whole quest of that book is they're trying to get this group of people to find the Claw, sneak it back to the humans, and give it as a gift to the Char, like, hey, we found this, let's stop the war, this is a peace offering. Which is an interesting way of going about it, but that was the goal. And so they had to sneak past, you know, human lands and Char lands and go through Ascalon, where there's ghosts that are trying to kill everybody. So, you know, that basically, like, everything was trying to kill them on their quest, and they were trying to get through it all. And the goal, Almora's goal, was to unite the humans and the Char to be able to fight the dragons, who she considered to be the real threat. So I make the Claw legendary, I can be the leader of the Char. Lore-wise, yes. If you have enough stuff that says Con-Ur on it, you get to be leader. Yeah. I love hearing this. I love people geeking out. They were good books. They were good. I might have to read them again at some point. Like I said, I think doing some YouTube shorts would be fun now that I've got the idea. And you guys can help with that, because you guys can give me good ideas, like the long chart. The Claw was also in Ascalon City. One of the things, yeah, it was the Claw. They had to go through the ghost area to find it. One of the things I feel new players need to understand, that lots of the old information online is still valid. New players from other games don't understand. Yes, and I get that from time to time. People are like, Muck, when are you going to make a new inventory management guide? Your last one was 5 years ago. And I'm like, it's still valid. Like, none of the tips and tricks in that video are out of date. Like, it's still valid. The Claw you get in Insane is a bootleg made by Zoomeros. bootleg Claw of Connor. Speaking of bootlegs, oh my god, let me tell you guys about something that freaking made me mad. So some of you may recall that we recently had a successful campaign where we sold Asura plushies. Went very well. Please notice the URL, makeship.com. Okay? Now, please look at this one right here. This one is makeship-plush.com. Okay? There is some ne'er-do-wells out there that have made a fake website using my pictures from our plushie and is selling it at a fake price. Now, I would imagine if you buy this, they either A, steal your money and run, or B, they send you like a really crap tier product. Can you report them? I have already contacted the people I know at Makeship and let them know about this, and they said, we have sent this straight to the CEO. Thank you. So they have gone straight to the owner of the company to try to, do whatever they need to do. Because I would imagine I'm not the only one, right? Like if they're trying to do this with the pictures of my item, they're probably doing it with others as well. But yeah, someone at first someone was like, "Do you think they're scalping?" And I'm like, "No, because theirs is cheaper than mine, so there's no way they're scalping. They're either sending like a crappier product or they're just stealing money and running." So yeah, hey, that's how you know how you made it. People are pretending to be you online. So if you were interested in getting a plushie, thank you. They are sold out right now. If there's any site trying to sell them to you, they're a liar. I will be very loud about it when we have more. They are currently sold out. Congrats. Yeah, congrats. I tell you guys about fraud I'm dealing with. Congrats. You're doing great. Is that Team Mukluk? Team Mukluk? Team Mukluk. Oh, wow. It's like farming. I was grinding for XP. This is landed gold. You're famous. Yeah. If anyone wants a plushie, I was fair one. When will you get the plushie bag? Kind of like the Quagga plushie. First time. Mm-hmm. Not Team Mukluk. All right. Chat, I am out of time. I streamed 14 hours yesterday. I can't ignore my family again like that. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have been great. A few plugs real quick before I wrap up. If you're new to my channel, my name is Muck. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. I'll be back in about 5 hours. I'll be on the NA servers. We'll do some more Guild Wars 2, make some more guides on the new content, just play around and chat, stuff like that. I'll be doing my normal schedule, which is every evening and also every weekday morning until Sunday night. And then we will switch from Guild Wars 2 back to our balanced diet of many different games if you guys are still sticking around then. Sunday night is when the Drops campaign ends. As always, if you're watching me on Twitch for the first time, please hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. Those are very helpful. These are links to my 2 YouTube channels if you want to see all the videos I make. I do have 2 of them. And a special thank you to our patrons. I could not afford my video editor without them. They are a huge help, and there is a link to that in the chat if you'd like to be a supporter. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back in 5 hours. For now, because I know there are people who are AFK that are farming drops, I am going to drop a raid on someone. Let me see who is live right now. Connor Concarnate. You know, I don't think I know this guy, but I've heard good things about him. Hang on a second. Let me see. What's he
live late on this one of ours.
All right, I'm gonna drop a raid on Connor. I think he's good people. I don't know him that well, but drop a raid on him so that the people that are farming will still get their drops. I'll see you guys over there, and I'll be back tonight. Yeah.